I would say good afternoon. Welcome aboard the Tom Taylor Sports Show on this, the 17th day of the show on this third day of March 2015. And glad to have you with us. And we got lots to cover, a lot of high school basketball. In fact, we got a gentleman waiting who's been gracious enough to give us a few minutes. He's getting ready to head down the highway to Maryville, Tennessee. The head boys basketball coach for Dobyns, Bennett, Charley Morgan. Coach, good afternoon, sir. How you doing?
Fine, Tom. How are you doing?
Good. I know you're in a hurry. You got practice coming up. And you got to jump on the vans and head to Maryville. So let's talk about it. You go into the game tonight at 24-8. Maryville 25-6. And what's the scouting report on Maryville tonight?
Well, they're a very sound basketball team, Tom. They've beaten some pretty good teams here lately. They beat Bearden pretty good, and they beat Oak Ridge the other night. And they say the scouting report that I've gotten is that they've gotten better as the season has gone on, and they got some solid players.
Do you feel like it's safe to say you've gotten better as the season's gone along, too, for DB?
Yeah, we can say that's a safe call there. Of course, playing 4 games in 5 days, I have to handle that pretty well. I told them we're not going to whine, we're not going to complain or make excuses. That's a quote from John Wooten.
There you go.
John Wooten, rather. Okay.
There you go. Just going to get out there and play and get after it. So keys tonight for you to go down to Maryville and beat Maryville and get ready for the state tournament?
Well, we got to limit their defense, limit them defensively a little bit there, limit them, get some stops, and let me cut this phone off right quick. We got to get some defensive stops. That's going to be the main thing. We got to control them. They're solid on the perimeter with their guard play. We got to work extremely hard to keep them in front of us, and they also should shoot the 3-ball pretty well. We may have to guard them, Tom, as soon as they step in the gym. We probably don't need to play the defense. That's going to be a key.
Turn up a notch, turn that defense up. And also, I would assume you're going to have some pretty good inside play from Jervis and Josh and some of those guys inside tonight too, right?
Yeah, we got to get some post play there. They have a post player inside that's pretty solid, and we'd like to try to go at him a little bit there. But we also got to have to do a real good job of executing our offense. And rebounding, boxing out is also going to be a key. So they go probably about 8 or 9 players deep, and there's not much drop-off when they bring their subs in the game. So we're going to have a solid game from everybody on the perimeter tonight, especially, and keeping them out of the paint. And then we got to do a good job inside of boxing out. Across
the season, we're talking to Charley Morgan, head basketball coach at Dobyns, Bennett. Got the big sectional game tonight. Across the season, checking the road games. You guys play pretty good on the road?
Yeah, we play, sort of been up and down, but for the most part, we play pretty good on the road. I thought we struggled a little bit last Friday against South Doyle, but we hung on there and did some things down the stretch to get that win there. So, at this time of the season, a part of the season right now, you can't really focus on that. You just got to go in and do what you've been doing that's got you this far.
You look at your basketball team from a year ago. You lose 2 of your top kids that transferred out, and then you also – how many kids did you lose to graduation last year?
We lost 5.
Wow, that's amazing. And here we are right back 32 minutes away from Murfreesboro. How many times you've taken a Dobyns Bennett team to Murfreesboro?
Tom, I think there's been 5, I believe, 4 or 5 times that we've taken a team. But I'm not like Coach Van Hust. He said he's going to go to state every year, whether his team goes or not, but he's going to go to state every year. So we've been fortunate to make it down there a few times, Tom.
We want you tonight to go down there and bring it back to Northeast Tennessee and bring it back to Kingsport. So good luck tonight to you and Dobyns Bennett and Roll Tribe, all right?
Thank you so much, Tom, and I know you'll be pulling for us, and we're going to make a good showing, do the best we can, and sort of go from there and Roll Tribe.
Roll Tribe. Good man right there, Charley Morgan. Love him to death. Again, the boys' head basketball coach at Dobyns Bennett. And, again, heading off tonight to, again, the sectional. And that's one of many. Let's run down who's going to be playing tonight on the boys' side. Science Hill at home in Johnson City against Oak Ridge. Oak Ridge 28-3, Science Hill at 23-14. Good afternoon, Horace, by the way.
How you doing?
Good. How are you? I want to catch him.
Just left me over here hanging.
Well, he said I want to talk to you, but I got a busy afternoon. I said I totally understand. So we got him on right out of the chute.
Got to do what you got to do.
There you go. Elizabethton at 23-10 in AA hosting. Not left you over there high to dry. I just heard that. Just clicked. Elizabethton 23-10 against Knox Fulton 25-4 in Elizabethton at John Treadway Gym. Greenville at 17-14 tonight in AA. Plays at Strawberry Plains 26-7. It'll be Knox Carter 26-7. Strawberry Plains. And in single A, the Hampton Bulldogs, who had that playing game last night, or not the playing game, but the regional championship, they beat South Greenville 48-47. Hampton goes back home at 27-7 tonight to host Meigs County, who's 28-6. And South Green at 17 and 16, heading off to Grace Christian tonight in single A at 22 and 8. All those boys winners will move on to the state tournament next week in Murfreesboro. And as you can see, let's see, 28 and 3, 23 and 14, 24 and 8, 25 and 6, 25 and 4, 23 and 10, 26 and 7, 17 and 14, 28 and 6, 27 and 7, 22 and 8, and 17 and 16 are the records of these teams up here in this neck of the woods playing in the sectional tonight. So, obviously, as you know this, ain't no cream puffs this time of year.
Nope. Everybody that's still left is, for the most part, had a winning season and earned their spot.
Yeah, everybody's had some records better than others, but everybody has a winning record going into this tournament sectional tonight. Then you go back to last night in the ladies' action from last night. Let's run those down for you. By the way, our picking panel, let's see, we went 5 for 5. We are tied heading into tonight, so we got to do the boys here in a minute for tonight because you got 5 right.
You talk overall?
Yeah.
Okay.
5 picks right, and I got 5 picks right. So I don't count what we miss. Let's count what we get right.
All right.
So we're 5 and 5, and so you're playing for a payday, and I was playing for Mr. Goodbar. So we got to do the boys tonight to determine the outright candy bar champion of the Western Hemisphere. There you go. Let's see. Last night, let's run them down for you again. In AAA basketball, it was Bearden over Jeff County, 42-40. I would think that would be an upset. Morristown West, we saw those ladies play. They can play. They beat Farragut by 2, 35-33. They're going on to the state tournament later on this week. Elizabethton beat Gatlinburg-Pittman 68-52. Lady Cyclones are moving on. Granger defeated Fulton 59-46. They're moving on. That'll make Cody and Megan, those guys, happy out of Granger County.
I missed that game, though.
Yeah, their team. Yeah, you did. But you, which one did I miss? You took Bearden, I took Jeff County. So that's where we evened out. The rest of them we got picking the same. In single A, South Greens ladies beat Meigs County 59-54. And in a heartbreaker in overtime, Oliver Springs beat Hampton 59-49. 51, I should say, to 49 in the girls sectional in Tennessee. Now in Virginia, let's see, the quarterfinals of the 2A West Regional Tournament. Wise Central beat Richlands 56-46. Gate City's Lady Blue Devils, they carry on. They beat Grayson County 55-46. The 1A West Regional, Honaker beat Radford 77-38. Clintwood's ladies beat George Wythe 40-36 in overtime. See, they've had it really tough in Southwest Virginia. I don't know. These they haven't been able to play for weeks on end.
Lee still out today, I think.
Yeah, they're still out, and they got. We're calling for more snow. Was Thursday, 1 to 3 inches here in the Tri-Cities on Thursday. So
I believe it when I see it.
Yeah, but it's supposed to be 40 on Friday. So whatever we get this time of the year, it's going to kind of.
It's not going to last long.
Yeah, it's going to go away. Castlewood beat Fort Chiswell 57-52, and Twin Valleys ladies over Narrows 70-50. So tonight, let me run these down for you. The 1A semifinals at Lebanon High School. Honaker plays Clintwood, and Castlewood plays Twin Valley. Tomorrow, in the 2A West Regional Tournament at Tazewell Middle School, Chatham will take on Wise Central, and Floyd County takes on the Gate City Lady Blue Devils. All that is coming up tomorrow night. And so it's tournament time in Tennessee and in Virginia. It's the Tom Taylor Sports Show. Again, we welcome you. Wanted to get Coach Morgan in real quick to start the show because he has to move on. He has practice at 1:15, and then he's going to jump in the vans and head to Maryville at 1:45. So he said, I'd love to talk, but can you get me early? And that's why we did that. So, and we're glad that we did. Here's our verse of the day. It comes out of the Book of Numbers. Book of Numbers, Old Testament, New Testament.
Old Testament.
That was a setup. I will bless you and keep you. I will make my face to shine upon you. I will turn my face towards you and give you peace. Whoo! I will bless you. Man, that's all you need to hear right there. And keep you, which means he's going to take care of you. I will make my face to shine upon you. This is God talking to us lowly humans. I will make my face to shine upon you. I will turn my face towards you and give you peace. Numbers 6:24 through 27 is our verse of the day.
Now, you were around when that was published, weren't you?
Noah brought me on the ark.
Published?
Yeah, I slept between elephants and rhinos on the ark. Give me that right there. That's good. That was a good one. And there, of course, is the cross. We dedicate the entire show to him each and every day, and we are unashamedly make no apologies for that. All right, so here we go. By the way, hello to Robert St. Clair and Dustin Moore and Andy Dietrich. On the Facebook, they went to the Facebook and facebook.com/Tom Taylor Sports Show. They like and now they follow. So
that's a good deal.
Hello to Robert St. Clair in Kingsport, longtime coach. in Colonial Heights and in Kingsport. Coached at Sevier Middle School for many years. Andy Dietrich in Johnson City, a champion Chevrolet Cadillac, and also Dustin Moore of Moore Fitness. So we appreciate those folks telling us they like watching and listening to the show on the Tom Taylor Sports Show. All right, so we got a controversy. We had it last week, girls basketball in Tennessee. We've got a problem. Where is it, out on the left coast in California?
It's out on the left coast, of course.
Oh, boy. All right, we got a problem on the left coast, and the horse was over there muttering when we were doing the show. And
show prep.
That's what it was. Show prep. Yeah,
show
prep. And so he was muttering to himself, and I said, what's up? He said, we got a problem in California. I was like, a forest fire? He said, no, we got a basketball problem. I said, okay. So take it away. What's going on in California?
You got a girls' high school basketball team who evidently was the top seed in their division, and they played a basketball game, and they wore white jerseys with pink numbers to support breast cancer awareness.
All right, white jerseys. Pink numbers. It's happening around here. They do it in softball, girls basketball, to bring awareness to breast cancer. Pro players do it, correct?
Oh, yeah.
They wear pink shoes, pink wristbands.
Yeah.
College people do it. All right, so this is nothing that's out of the norm. It's
correct.
All right, so it's been going on for several years now. All right, so what happened?
They win their game, but then after the game they are told they can no longer participate in the playoffs because they violated regional rules by wearing pink numbers.
So they're in the playoffs, correct?
They're in the playoffs.
And so now they can't finish the season?
No, now they're done. They're kicked out of the playoffs because they wore jerseys with pink numbers on them.
They're kicked out of the playoffs because they had pink numbers.
Right. Yeah.
You're being serious.
I'm being serious.
Where is this in California going on?
Let's see here.
Wow.
Well, it's California Daily Breeze newspaper. Let's see where it's at.
It's somewhere way over there, right?
Well, it's on the West Coast, that's for sure. Los Angeles it's in the Los Angeles area.
Metro LA area.
Yeah.
I don't guess it really matters, except I'm just curious what part of California would have that kind of crazy rule. Yeah. So these girls are out on the floor playing the tournament, and all they did was put on jerseys with pink numerals to, again, bring awareness to what? Girls are playing for what?
Breast cancer awareness.
Breast cancer, yes.
Right. Now, their normal colors are green and gold.
Okay.
And they didn't wear green and gold. They wore white and pink.
Okay. So who has a problem with this? The officials, school folks? Who has a hang-up with it? The governing body?
I guess the state.
The California version of TSSAA?
You got it. Right.
Okay.
So I'm sitting there going, you've got to be kidding me.
Yeah. So.
I mean, the girls did nothing wrong.
No. In fact, they're doing something good. Statistics will show you.
Right.
True, men can develop breast cancer. That's obvious, and that is small in numbers, but they can. So by and large, the largest percentage of folks that can get breast cancer are females. So you have girls basketball, right? And you have them out there playing on the floor with white jerseys and pink numerals to bring awareness to breast cancer. And the California or the CSSAA, whatever they are out there, says you guys are kicked out of the tournament. I mean, there's no probation. There's no –
they're just done. But, I mean, this is an oxymoron.
All right, I'm thinking – I keep thinking through this. All right, what am I missing here?
I mean, these girls didn't do anything wrong like the girls in
they didn't throw the game.
They didn't throw the game.
They're promoting breast cancer.
They're promoting a cause.
And it happens all the time.
Right.
The guys do it.
And because they wore pink numbers, they're being kicked out of the playoffs.
Is it the Jimmy V tournament where they have the –
It's the K-Yao Cancer Fund.
K-Yao?
K-Yao
Okay.
Cancer Fund. Yeah, Play for K.
Play for K. Young lady coached North Carolina State.
Yeah.
Her sister coached at East Tennessee State, Debbie Yao, for the Lady Bucks at one point.
Yeah. It's Narbonne. Yeah, Narbonne High School. Yeah, their recent playoff win was vacated because its pink uniforms were a violation of league rules.
All right. So, again, we didn't throw the game. We didn't do anything crazy. We're out here wearing jerseys, promote breast cancer awareness, and there's no probation, no hand slap. It's just kaboom. You guys are out of the tournament.
Right. The coach says, don't blame the girls, blame me. If you want to punish somebody, punish me.
Well, yeah.
And let me not play or coach a game or something.
Which is totally different what happened down in Smyrna and Riverdale.
The coach is stepping up.
This
is 180 degrees. I mean, like I said, land of fruits and nuts. I'm sorry. The West Coast has lost it.
Boom. Land of fruits and nuts in California.
You got it.
So now let me guess. I'm going to say this team was a good team.
They were the number 1 seed.
There we go. There's okay.
Perhaps they've been the number 1 seed for the last 10 years. I don't know. They were looking for a reason to get rid of them.
Maybe that has something to do with it. Just never know. In a crazy society we live in. So anyway, this happened out on the left coast in California.
Well, here's a little more. This is prior to the violation. The Airborne High School was on probation for playing an ineligible player during last year's playoffs.
Okay.
So I guess they're nitpicking the rules on the probation side and tell them they can't do it.
Yeah, but playing an ineligible player
is totally different.
Okay, you set that aside. Okay, that's the same team that did that, but that's apples and oranges.
Right.
You got a kid that shouldn't be playing, but now the rest of the kids that are playing are doing something good to promote something that's good, which is bring awareness to breast cancer. And so I don't see how the two – I don't see how the two –
apples and oranges.
Yeah, I don't see how that – that's being petty. But anyway, it happened out on the left coast. What else? You said there's something else you want to tell me about. What else is going on in sports today?
Let's see
something
here.
else you were a little fuzzed up over there.
I wasn't fuzzed up. My Niners have signed a rugby star from Australia.
Okay. I'll play. So how does a rugby star, what talents does he bring to the football field?
Well, this kid,
running back, kicker?
His name is Jared Hayne.
Yeah.
Okay. Hayne, Hayne.
Yeah.
And I went on and looked at some of his highlights. And this boy playing rugby, no pads, is a beast.
Big boy.
He runs through people.
A stud duck, if you will.
A stud duck.
Got you. All right. And so he's running through people, big boy, and so the
you
Niners
put some pads on him and let him go wild. This is going to be interesting to watch.
Yeah.
I'm anxious to see how this plays out.
All right. How big is he? Does it say what he's 6'2", 6'3"?
Let me go down through the article here and see if it says anything.
Yeah.
No, didn't say anything. But he's
just a big boy.
Based upon what I was seeing on the video, yeah, he's a big kid.
A big boy. A big boy. His mama fed him well. All right.
Evidently, he was looking at a couple other teams out on the West Coast, too. I think Seattle was one of them. And Lions. He was looking at the Lions and the Seahawks.
There you go.
But he chose the Niners.
Why did he pick the Raiders? That's the team. That's the team of the future, the Raiders. 2020, but that's the team. Or beyond. That's the team of the future. So, let's see. I want to remind you, too, we're going to go to the basketball game tonight in Johnson City, courtesy of the Johnson City Press. Game tickets are on sale till 2 o'clock. Tonight's game, $7 general admission, $10 for reserved seating. I would assume the Topper Gym will be rocking and rolling tonight.
I'd say a little bit crowded, yeah.
Yeah, it should be.
Yeah.
They've reached this point. The kids deserve to have a full house in there.
They do.
Both teams, but in particular Science Hill because it's their home floor. And so I would assume that would be a big house tonight. Elizabethton will be at home tonight. If you want to go watch hoops in the Tri-Cities, you can go there. Elizabethton hosting Knox Fulton. Also at home tonight, the Hampton Bulldogs in Carter County. They're hosting Meigs County. South Green travels to Grace Christian. Greenville travels to Knox Carter. And Dobyns, we heard from Coach Morgan a few minutes ago, travels to Maryville. So if you want to watch hoops tonight, this is the last shot for these guys. If they win, they go into the state tournament week after next in Murfreesboro. If you lose, of course, your season's over. So home games tonight in Johnson City, Science Hill, in Elizabethton for the Cyclones, and in Carter County also for the Hampton Bulldogs. So
now, was Oak Ridge top seed in this region?
I have no clue.
I can't remember. I know. I think it was somewhat of an upset that Maryville beat them. And, of course, Oak Ridge soundly beat Science Hill the first time they met early in the season. But I think that was at Oak Ridge. So we got a rematch here on our home turf this week.
Yeah.
So.
And you talk about a team that's caught fire, and here's a kid that's made a difference on their team, Malik Magoo, set out 5-6 game suspension, and they were not the same team. And since he's come back, he is as he did in football many times with Stacy Carter. He has found a way, willed, if you will, no pun intended, willed a way for these guys to win a basketball game.
Yep.
So this kid's the deal. Malik Magoo heading off to West Point. And it's not just him. You have Wampler's had a great postseason. Harrington was MVP. Rashad's had a great postseason for Science Hill. All the pieces, are kind of coming together now. And, I saw Cutlip last week at an elementary cheerleading game, and he and I were talking. His son was playing, and I was talking to him. He said, we don't have all the horses in the barn. We get them all back because Mikey White had been hurt. Magoo had served that suspension for violating team rules, but he's back. He said, you get everybody back, we could be a dangerous ball club. And then went down the road and won a big one and came back and got into the regional and beat DB on their home floor. And now they're getting ready to host a very good Oak Ridge team. What did I say? Oak Ridge is 28-3.
Yeah.
Science Hill 23-14. But there again, I think Cutlip and Morgan have done a masterful job. You look at there again. You look at Charlie Morgan. He lost his 2 big guys left, Halverson and the other kid. I can see him. I can't remember his name. They transferred to the school over in North Carolina where Shannon Hale went. Christ School.
Yeah, Christ School.
And so they transferred over there, so they left the program. These are 2 counting on seniors, big guys. And then he lost, he said there on an interview, a total of 5. And so here he is, rebuilding with losing your 2 big guns inside. He's 24-8 and 32 minutes away from going to Murfreesboro. So, and Cutlip, again, trying to
say
get
what you will about him, he somehow gets there.
Yeah, and so they're gelling at the right time, or peaking, if you will, in the old college or the old sports analogy. So, hey, we're wishing the best. At this point, this is for me. I don't care who you are as far as loyalties in the Tri-Cities. At this point, it's us versus them. And so Science Hill's got Oak Ridge, DB's at Maryville. It's us
versus them.
Tri-Cities against them.
It always seems in the football era, we go down there and we come back, losing.
Mm-hmm.
In the basketball era, we usually go down there and take them.
Yeah.
So let's root for Science Hill and DB, and let's keep up that tradition of taking them and going on to the state.
And Elizabethton and Greenville and Hampton and South Green. So they're all in the Metro Tri-Cities, which leads me to the next thing. That would be we're tied, our Candy Bar World Championship of the Western Hemisphere. So what you've got right on is the payday if you get yours right.
Yeah.
And we'll find out who wins tomorrow because I don't think we'll be tied.
And you've settled on Mr. Goodbar then.
I'm dialed into Mr. Goodbar and a big old glass of milk cold make your teeth hurt. So here we go. I want you to take these picks, all right?
All right.
Horace, Oak Ridge, and Science Hill tonight in Johnson City.
Science Hill.
All right.
Got to do that. I mean, there's
DB at Maryville. Now there is a personal twist on this one just a bit. So, by the way, your nephew, where did he end up going?
He's going Air Force Academy to play football.
Yeah.
Now he would be playing basketball right now, except for the shoulder surgery he had right before the season started. Air Force made him take care of that problem, so he's not playing tonight. Although he would love to be playing.
Horace's nephew, by the way, was the starting quarterback in the Maryville football team. So there's the
state champs
again and again and again. So, and they're coming up this way next year. I'm looking forward to seeing.
I can't wait.
They're
going to DB.
I got to double check. I think they're coming to Science Hill, and DB goes there.
Okay.
Or vice versa.
That's one of the two.
The new conference. So we're going to get a chance to see Maryville in the regular season here in the Tri-Cities next year. All right, so DB and Maryville.
Yep. I'm going to. As much as I like Charlie Morgan,
disclaimer,
and rooting for DB in my heart, I think Maryville's going to take him.
Of course, that's also where you're from.
Yeah.
So let's tell it like it is. He's from down yonder, and that's totally understandable to root for them. Fulton and Elizabethton tonight. That's going to be in Elizabethton.
In Elizabethton?
Mm-hmm.
I'll tell you, them Fulton boys are mean. I'll stick with Elizabethton.
All right, going with Elizabethton. All right. Greenville at Knox Carter.
Greenville, I got to go with Knox Carter on that one.
Okay. And let's see. Oh, I haven't told you my pick. I'm doing Science Hill. I'm doing Dobyns Bennett. I'm doing Elizabethton. I'm doing, as much as I think Knox Carter, Greenville's I saw them down there in the Hardy's Classic. Remember, they got a lot of talent. That's when they played Crockett for the championship. Yeah. It was a barn burner. Let me come back with that one. I'll make a decision. Meigs County at Hampton tonight.
Meigs County at Hampton. I'm going to stick with Hampton.
Yeah, there's something about coming up to Hampton in a sectional game in Carter County. Ooh, baby.
Yeah.
It's going to be.
It's rocking.
It's rocking. You got the Bulldog Jimmy rocking. Last one will be South Green at Grace Christian.
Grace Christian's been pretty tough this year. I'm going to go Grace.
Grace Christian.
Yeah.
All right. I'm going to go South Green. And don't know why, because Grace Christian, what's the records? Oh. Oh. There's a reason why you took Grace Christian. And I'm going to go ahead and switch my vote. I'm going to go Grace Christian. So really, we're pretty much. Oh, I got to make a decision. Greenville, Knox Carter. Let's see. Knox Carter is 26 and where am I at? 26 and 7. Greenville 17 and 14 at Knox Carter. Got to go with Knox Carter.
So we deviate on the
one.
Maryville
That's
DB
only
game.
one. So
it all comes to that game right there.
Down to that one. DB and Maryville. So I'm taking the Tribe. You're taking Maryville, and that's only appropriate. Horse is home neck of the woods against the place where I did ball games for 20 years. So
there you go.
There you go. We'll take a quick break. Come right back. We got the quiz show coming up in a few minutes. It's the Tom Taylor Sports Show. Now we have added. We got the free oil change, American Import and Auto Repair. We have the free gift certificate from Vito's. We've added a free haircut from Cherokee Barbershop.
Woo-hoo.
By the way,
Gator.
By the way, you took a picture of this today, didn't you?
I did.
Yeah. Locks for Love. It's about to get snipped here in a little while. We're coming off. We're getting ready for our spring shearing. There we go. And a free courtesy pass from Bays Mountain Park, which, again, it's $4 a carload. But what this gets you, this courtesy pass gets you anything in the park. Get to go to the planetarium, get to go on the barge ride, get to go to the nature center. Oh, yeah. So if you get everything right now, or I get them right for our contestant, they get oil changes, free food, free haircuts, and a trip to a really cool place, Bays Mountain Park in Kingsport. So we'll find out how we do. Richard's due to join us coming up next. We'll be right back. I'd like to have some of that baked ziti right now. Just thought when I said Vito's.
Cannoli.
Oh, yeah, you went all over. You went nuts with that cannoli.
I slobbered on that
Yes,
cannoli.
you did. Mrs. V went, honestly. So
I got her one, too.
Yeah, she was all about it.
I didn't want her to have anything to do with mine.
She wasn't slobbering around on hers like you were, but you getting after it over there. I kept looking. All I saw was that fork.
And that was after the chicken parm and spaghetti.
Yes, and the fried mushrooms.
And the fried mushrooms.
So I look over the horse, and all I see is this. I don't see there's no talking. There's no conversation. It's like.
My sugar level was peaking.
And we got after it pretty good there at Vito's on Main Street in Kingsport. Some great food. And today, kids eat free at Vito's on Main Street in Kingsport until they shut her down tonight at 8 o'clock. Quiz show coming up next on this Tuesday, March the 3rd. We're so glad to be with you. We thank you for being with us, and we'll come right back, and we'll do the quiz show right here on the Tom Taylor Sports Show.
From the driveways where your kids play basketball and ride their bicycles, to the parking lots at your local church or grocery store, Bracken Paving is an important part of many neighborhoods in our area. No matter how large or how small the job, Bracken strives for excellence in every service they provide. It's a foundation for a strong community. Discover the difference at Bracken Paving and Asphalt Maintenance. Give us a call or visit us online at brackenpaving.com.
At FCA, we're touching millions one heart at a time. Since 1954, the Fellowship of Christian Athletes has been putting the heart and soul in sports by challenging athletes and coaches to impact the world for Jesus Christ. As the largest sports ministry in the world, FCA now reaches over 2 million people annually on the professional, college, high school, junior high, and youth levels. Through this shared passion for athletics and faith, lives are changed, one heart at a time. Learn more at fca.org.
Life has its twists and turns. It can take many different shapes. But a good retirement plan changes with your life. And as we talk about what you're putting away and how much you'll need to retire, what was uncertain becomes clear. At Wells Fargo Advisors, we believe conversation leads to financial clarity. Let's start a conversation today.
At Farmers, we make you smarter about your insurance because what you don't know can hurt you. What if you didn't know to update your coverage when adult children move home?
Oh, heck no. Or that you could get coverage for identity theft through your homeowner's insurance.
And that your valuables can be covered by home insurance even when they're not at home. The more you know, the better you can plan for what's ahead. Talk to Farmers and get smarter about your insurance.
We are farmers. Bum, 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 bum.
Back with the Tom Taylor Sports Show. Thanks for being with us. Again, you can check us out around the world on YouTube, and you have been. Thank you for that. Also, iTunes, also TuneIn Radio, also the Stitcher.com or Stitcher phone app. And right now we're on Livestream.com, the Tom Taylor Sports Show. So 5 different places to find us, and we certainly thank you for being with us. The show's growing. Our sponsorships are growing, and that's we're very excited about that. I want to say hello to Tony Valk from Evergreen. Tony, what is he? Friend, liked my friend.
He liked your page.
Liked it. He liked my Facebook page. Or friended it, liked it, whatever.
Whatever. Followed it, liked it. He went to the Tom Taylor Sports Show
page and
Facebook
liked it.
Page and liked it.
There you go. Also, Andrew Darlington in Johnson City. Hello, sir. Thank you. And also our buddy Hank Brown, who runs WeRunEvents.com. He likes the show as well. So, in fact, we're going to have him on pretty soon when the racing season gets in high gear. So, we appreciate these folks that have already said they've checked out our show and they like it. Can I say one more? Yeah. My buddy Jeff Luthke, the attorney in Kingsport, he likes the Tom Taylor Sports Show as well via Facebook. So, thank you very, very much. Let's go to the phone. He's there, our buddy Richard Isaacs from Vito's. Can you bring us? Horace wants some cannoli, and I want some baked ziti. Can you whip up a little bit this afternoon, big guy?
We can do it, buddy, just for you guys.
We had a great visit over there tonight. What was the young lady waiting at our table? She did a great job. Was it Mandy?
Mandy,
Yeah, Mandy.
Yeah, sure was.
Did a great job. We want to say publicly, I thought she did an excellent job waiting at our table. Now, Horace and Mrs. V had fried mushrooms. He had a salad. He had chicken parmesan, and then he topped it off with a cannoli. So he had the full enchilada of what's available at Vito's, didn't he?
He tried to try one of everything, didn't he, Tom?
I told you I was going to put it down.
There you go, and you did. So that's awesome. So if you're ready for the quiz show, I am, and let's hit that famous quiz show theme music. Woo! There you go. Our contestant today is going to be Kevin Trivett, by the way. Kevin is the trainer at Dobyns Bennett, and Kevin's also likes us on the Facebook and likes the show, so we're going to put him in as a contestant, and he's going to try and win some free food from Vito's. And, again, the free oil change. You've also added a free courtesy pass from Bays Mountain Park. And also we've added a free haircut from Cherokee Barbershop. So 4 goodies. Yep. Sit down and add it up. It's about $125, $130 value. So pretty cool stuff. We're going for Kevin Trivett. So here we go, big guy, Mr. Richard. Let's see if I can go 5 for 5. Here we go.
All right, Tom. We'll start off with some sports trivia to go along with the show here, all right?
Yes, sir. Here we go.
All right. You know Kobe Bryant.
Yes.
One of the greatest basketball players to play the game. They make a lot of money. So in 2013, if you average Kobe Bryant's salary out, his earnings, he made more for every 2 shots he made than most Americans make in an entire year. True or false?
Oh, that's true. No question.
She said
no
true.
Question.
No question.
Very good.
That's true. Yep, got that one.
Got it, buddy.
Every time he makes 2 shots, he makes more money than most Americans make. Wow. That's incredible.
The whole year.
In the whole year. Wow.
Pretty good payday, isn't it, buddy?
That ain't bad. All right. He can buy some Vito's with that. Vito's
no,
food.
he can buy Vito's with that.
All right. 1 for 1. Here we go.
All right. Number 2. Another sports trivia. Talking about money today. True or false? Major League Baseball has more players in the top 100 earnings than any other professional sport. True or false?
Oh, boy. I know the NBA pays a lot, and the NFL pays a lot. So we're talking in the top 100 highest-paid athletes in pro sports, most of them, the highest percentage are baseball players. Is that correct?
That's correct. True or false?
My baseball top 100. I'll say true.
Good job, Tom.
Woo! All right, hit that bell,
Hit
horse.
that bell.
2 for 2. All right, here we go. By the way, we got 5 on the Bracken Paving and Asphalt Maintenance Quiz Show scoreboard. All right, here we go. Question 3.
All right, little animal trivia here.
Oh, no.
True or false?
Yes.
A giraffe sleeps standing up.
That's true.
Ding that bell, buddy.
Oh,
you are on a roll today.
bingo.
You don't even have to think about these. What's
No.
wrong? What's going on here?
I read that on the back of a cereal box. So, yeah, giraffes stand up sleeping.
All right.
3 for 3.
Okay. Number 4.
Yes, sir?
True or false? Little music trivia here, so to speak.
All right.
John Lennon's middle name was Winston. True or false?
Oh, no, I know this. I know this. Let's see. John,
Music man, Mr.
John,
DJ.
Yeah, that's exactly right. John Lennon's middle name is Winston. Oh, gosh. Where'd I read this? I'm pretty sure it is. We'll go with my gut instinct. I'm going to say true.
Hit the bell, buddy.
Oh! He
You're
paused.
about to make somebody happy. I'm telling you, you got more prizes for winning this show than any quiz show I've heard in them forever. It just have to be the Price is Right to beat you.
There you go. I'm 4 for 4. I'm playing for Kevin Tribbett.
This is oh man.
Oh yes, yes,
Woo-hoo.
yes. All right, here we go, Richard. Bring me home, big guy.
All right, bring it on home.
Bring it home.
Now. Okay, let's talk about global warming. in honor of our state native Al Gore here. Let's go for it.
All right, here we go.
All right. Global warming, big issue. Over the last 100 years, the average temperature of the Earth has risen 1 degree. True or false?
You should know this, big guy, as old as you are.
I was interrupted, Richard. Can you read the question again?
Yes, I heard that interference back there.
That's static, yeah.
All right. Over the last 100 years, the average temperature of the Earth has risen 1 degree. True or false?
Over the last 100 years, temperatures went up a degree.
Average.
All right, he's giving me 4 true. There's got to be a false in here somewhere. I'm going to roll the dice. I'm going to say that's false.
Final answer?
Yes.
Final answer?
Yes.
No, Tom. Hit the buzzer.
Oh, no. Oh, no.
Yes, I cannot believe that.
I purely went from the fact he's not going to give me 5 true questions. There's got to be a false.
I threw all true at you today.
I know that. I thought there's got to be a false in there somewhere. Well, I knew that it was probably right. I thought, nah, he's trying to trick me, and there's got to be a false in there somewhere. So,
oh
man, Richard, Collie, Neds, man.
Who are you playing for again?
Kevin Tribbett, the trainer at Dobyns. We got so close. Maybe next.
Oh, my.
Yeah, we'll try it next week. But he's a great guy. He's listened to the show and he likes it. So, the only reason I went there, I knew that was probably right. But I went with it because you gave me 4 true, and I thought.
I used that reverse psychology on you.
It worked.
It worked. All right.
Well, I know it.
Before you go, tell me about Vito's. What's been going on? You guys still making a lot of pizzas for the sports complex down the street?
We are. Yeah, that's been a real shot in the arm for us up here, and they've got a lot of good basketball down there. If you, any listeners out there, they run those tournaments almost every weekend. They'll have anywhere from 40 to 50, 57 teams, something like that, one weekend down there playing. So you can get your fill of basketball in a weekend down there.
That's awesome. So tell me about Vito's. Of course, today kids eat free. Is that correct?
That's correct. Yep.
Yep.
So
And
bring your kids on down, come in, enjoy a good meal, good pasta, pizza, whatever you'd like there. You can attest to it. It's some good food in the Tom.
Absolutely. Tell me the three most popular entrees you guys serve.
Three most popular entrees is going to have to be lasagna, baked ziti, and chicken parm.
There we go. We got 2 out of the 3. There we go.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. I love the lasagna, too. It's awesome. And the baked spaghetti's good, and the manicotti's good, and the calzones. I took $2.20 over there and got calzones and stromboli back in the summer. He went nuts.
Yeah.
Brought Will Graybill in there, one of our sponsors, and he went nuts over the salad dressing. Which salad dressing?
Oh, it was probably that Greek.
The Greek. That's it. He said it is so authentic, the Greek salad dressing at Vito's. He said, this is the real stuff. So it's an awesome place here on Main Street in Kingsport. Richard, before I let you go, give me the hours right now for Vito's.
All right. We are open from 11 a.m. till 8 p.m. on Monday through Thursday. Friday and Saturday, we stay open till 9, and on Sunday, we're open from 11 till 3. Now, beginning the 1st of April, we'll increase our hours. We'll stay open an hour later during the weekdays, and on Saturday, still close to 3 on Sunday. But for right now, we're 11 to 8, 11 to 9, and then 11 to 3 on Sunday.
There you go.
And I got one of your buddies sitting here watching the show with me.
Who would that be?
Kenny Flanagan.
Hello, Kenny Flanagan. How you doing, buddy?
He's sitting here watching the show and said, tell you hello.
Hello, Kenny. He's a good fella down there. Works at Kingsport Cabinetry, and he's a good one, Kenny Flanagan. So, and you're a good one, too. You're awesome, even though you tricked me today. You pulled one on the old man, see?
I know it. I did. I say using that reverse psychology on you, didn't I? Thought I wasn't going to go all true and fell for it. Hook, line, and sinker.
That's like
I'm loving it.
Like a big old catfish. You just reeled me in. I thought
I did, man.
All right.
Well, I'd like to see you on that for
old Kevin. Maybe next week.
Nice prizes. That's some good stuff. I'm going to get you to play for me one day. Well, I might get Horace to play for me one day.
There you go.
You don't want that. That ain't going to happen because I might as well just go ahead and give you the prizes. I don't think.
Oh, we're a little step back here.
A little shot by across the bow there. Richard, thank you, my friend. Great show, and we'll talk to you next Tuesday, all right?
Hey, thank you, Tom. Y'all have a great day.
Yes, sir.
Bye-bye.
Good man. Our buddy Richard Isaacs from Vito's on Main Street in Kingsport, and we appreciate it very, very much. See, I knew this. I knew it, and I just simply went because I thought the guy's not going to give me 5 trues in a row, and he did. So I should have went with, that makes me mad in a wet end. Dadgummit. I was right there.
No, I try. I mean, I'm
so you didn't try anything. You're sitting there giggling.
Well, I said, as old as you are, you got to figure this one out.
Yeah, well, it was true. I knew it was true. I kept thinking again, he's not going to give me 5 trues, and he did. So anyway, we'll get try, but no cigar, as they say in showbiz land. So anyway, we'll try it again tomorrow and see tomorrow. Oh, yeah, tomorrow's Elvis. Elvis questions the Apester tomorrow. So whatever.
Tommy.
So I went 5 for 5 yesterday, 4 for 5 today, 5 for 5 tomorrow, babe. Oh, yeah.
No.
Take it to the bank.
No, last week you sank, and you're going to sink again tomorrow.
No. Yeah. She's already started talking, and I said, nah, we're going 5 for 5 tomorrow with Elvis. Apester makes up the questions, and Tommy gives them to me. So there you go. Hey, it's the Tom Taylor Sports Show. Our thought for the day from Larry Kaiser, Nationwide Insurance. I love this. The greatest lesson in life is to know that even fools are right sometimes. That comes from the late Winston Churchill. The greatest lesson in life is to know that even fools are right sometimes. From Winston Churchill. And it's brought to you by Larry Kaiser, Nationwide Insurance at 282-1389, the number to call. I'm going to tell you again about identity theft because it is out there. And don't let it be your problem. Protect yourself with identity theft coverage from Nationwide Insurance. Comprehensive program designed to actively prevent, detect, and resolve any threats to a member's identity. Again, someone's identity is stolen every 3 seconds. Again, 3 reasons to choose the Nationwide identity theft coverage. Number 1, the preventive services help members protect themselves from fraudulent activity. Number 2, when you sign up for this, Nationwide will monitor all 3 credit bureaus to identify issues as soon as possible. Plus, they provide real-time access to your TransUnion credit report. And you're also eligible for a free online data protection suite, which is downloadable on up to 3 computers. And the last thing, and that's a big if you become a victim of identity theft, Nationwide assigns a dedicated recovery specialist to you, working 24 hours a day, 7 days a week to assist you with all phases of the recovery process. And this includes an accredited doctor and nurse to help you untangle consequences of medical identity theft. So it's a very real problem. It's happened to Horace. I hope it doesn't happen to anybody else. Someone's identity is stolen every 3 seconds. And, again, you can go and just simply call Larry and find out more at 282-1389. It's the Identity Theft Program, Nationwide Insurance, Larry Kaiser, 282-1389 is the number to call. And he gives us, again, our thought for the day. And, again, one more time, the greatest lesson in life is to know that even fools are right sometimes. Winston Churchill. All right, let's talk a little NASCAR for a second. Darrell Waltrip says, got to get the safer barriers ready. Larry McReynolds says, got to get the safer barriers ready. Yeah, so these guys are up in arms, the television commentators, and so the question is, of course, Atlanta didn't have them ready for Jeff Gordon when he hit. So, you like to think Vegas will have them ready to go when they come out there for the Cobalt Tools 400 coming up this weekend.
Yeah, we'll see. They also need to fix this qualifying.
Yeah, you were talking about that before we went on the air.
DW's mad about that, too.
Yeah.
He thinks there needs to be something there in the middle. There's some middle ground that we can go back to that will appease everybody. The teams are blaming NASCAR. NASCAR's blaming the teams. It's a mess.
But you're talking about the qualifying last week in Atlanta where 13 cars didn't get a chance to go.
Didn't get a chance. I mean, and that's because of the format they're using.
Yeah.
I mean, so.
Now, 2 things. Probably the only sport in America that changes the rules all the time in the middle of the stream.
One week to the next, they change things. I mean,
yes, they do. But the bottom line on this thing in Atlanta, at least from my side of the microphone, is the fans paid the money. I guess you paid. I don't know if it's free on pole day. I'm sure it is not in Atlanta.
The fans that showed up.
Fans that showed up because it was cold and kind of rainy and dreary. But the ones that got there that are faithful wanted to watch qualifying.
Yep.
Okay, and so as a result, 13 of the superstars of the sport, needless to say, were in the back of the pack. Didn't get a chance to qualify. So you take vacation, do whatever you need to do to get to that point, to get to Atlanta Motor Speedway, get up in the stand, sit down, and get your soda pop, and your peanuts, and a hot dog, or whatever you get, and enjoy an afternoon of qualifying, and find out that 13 of the marquee names because of some kind of a crazy rule or something didn't do right in qualifying is not out there. So at the end of the day, forget the drivers, forget the tracks. At the end of the day, the one that matters the most are the fans. And that's what they do and do well at Bristol Motor Speedway. They take care of the fans, and they always put the fans first. I can tell you that working up there. I've been in too many meetings. It's all about the fans.
Bristol does it right. I'm
they
sorry.
Do it right.
I mean, I can watching
right.
different tracks and watching NASCAR and how they operate. Bristol is not a part of that NASCAR mold. They do their things their way, and it's a formula that works.
Bingo.
And NASCAR just seems to take a blind eye to that. I don't understand it, but oh well.
So how would you qualify? How would you change it?
Go back to the way they were doing it. Put a car out there one at a time and see who's the fastest. I mean, it worked for how many years?
Yeah.
If it ain't broke, don't fix it.
There you go. So this is where you're talking about going out and competing against yourself for 2 laps. Yeah. See, the knockout qualifying.
That might be a little bit more exciting at times, but I'm sorry. You stand a chance of being put in the back because someone else knocked you out, not yourself.
NASCAR needs to call Bristol Motor Speedway and say, "You guys do it right. What do you think is the best thing for the fans?" Because Bristol always puts the fans first.
Yep.
And NASCAR clearly. I mean, if I drove from here to Atlanta to go watch qualifying, and I get down there to see who's one of the guys got put in the back, Jimmy Johnson. Stewart, anything. You and I were down there eating here. We get up there and sit with our chicken and our soda pops, me and Horace, and got our ball caps. We're slung back here and ready to watch some qualifying. And JJ's not out there, and Junior's not out there, and your guy Smoke's not out there. We've driven to Atlanta for nothing.
Yeah. As hard as it is to pass at Bristol, it's a short track, and I'm sorry. You can't do this knockout. I mean, it just doesn't work. To me, it doesn't work.
Mm-hmm.
I want to see them go around. Let them go out there and do it the way they always done it, and then settle it on the track on race day.
Seems simple enough to me, but they didn't get it right, and so got folks up in arms. So it'll be interesting to see. I don't know if they check attendance at the qualifyings like they do the regular races. It'll be interesting to see how many folks show up for pole qualifying this weekend in Vegas, given what's happened in Atlanta, because unless they change the rules between now and then.
Well, how many NASCAR fans are in Vegas anyway? I mean, do they really fill it up out there?
They have pretty good crowds out there, particularly on Sunday. Now, the Xfinity Series, the Gaming Boy 300, I believe is what's being called this time around. I don't know so much about that. They have a pretty good crowd, but Sunday you generally have a pretty good crowd in Vegas. But whether there's 20 there or 25, 250,000 there, whatever the attendance is, do what's best for the fans.
Yep.
It's just that simple. And
you will put fans in the seats by doing so.
Yeah. Because I'll be honest with you, if I was in the vicinity out there now, given what happened in Atlanta Friday, I'm going, okay, am I going to go up there? I'm going to take a 50-50 shot. The person I want to go see qualify is not even going to be out there because of some rule and a reg or whatever that they've come up with in the pits. So I'm not sure I would go if I was out there. But anyway, we're going to coming up in about 10 minutes. We'll check in with Doug Fritz from the John City Press. He's going to get he talked to us yesterday about the girls' basketball sectional. He's going to join us in about 10 minutes, and he's going to tell us about tonight's boys' sectional, punching a ticket to the state basketball tournament. Last night it happened. The Elizabethton Lady Cyclones are going back, the defending state champs, and so they're going to go. And let's see, who else is going? Make sure I don't leave anybody out in the Tennessee sectionals. Of course, Morristown West is going, the Lady Trojans. In AA, Elizabethton's going. And in single A, the South Green Lady Rebels are going. So we've got 3 teams heading down to Murfreesboro this week representing our neck of the woods.
Now, at this stage, it's 3 wins and you got a trophy, right?
Yeah. You got to win.
Quarterfinals, semifinals, and
got to win 3
finals.
To bring it home in 3 games and usually 3 or 4 days.
Yeah.
So your bench depth will be very key at the old run of the state tournament. And Elizabeth's got a deep bench. Morristown West, good basketball team for Johnny Gallion. We saw them up at Science Hill. We live streamed that game. over the Christmas break. No, it was in the second half of the season.
Yep.
And then South Green will be going in single A's. We got 3 teams heading down, and that's going to be exciting to root those teams on starting tomorrow, as a matter of fact, when they start the girls tournament in Murfreesboro. One of our great sponsors, Bristol Orthotics and Prosthetics. Again, if you need to brace it or replace it from head to toe, you know where to go. One of the things they do a lot of is help folks that have diabetes. And, again, they've had folks, unfortunately, in our Tri-Cities area that had to have an amputation because of diabetics. So they want to see you first and let you know your options. And, again, one of the things they do arms and legs and fingers. They also have insurance packages available from Bristol Orthotics and Prosthetics. They take care of all the insurance for you. Also, from the athletic side of things, they do braces. They work with a lot of different schools. I know back in football they came up with a special face mask to help with some broken nose situations. Also, for ladies that have suffered from breast cancer, post mastectomy, they can fit you with a breast, and they do that. And they do a lot of that, as a matter of fact. I was talking to Will about that over breakfast in the morning, and they do a lot of that. And also, diabetes has become a very, very big problem in our region. And so folks unfortunately are losing limbs because of diabetes. So once that happens, they're there to help them out. And then also just with all the snow we've had on the ice, we've had a lot of folks fall and bust elbows and hit tailbones and bust up knees. And so they have braces and that type of thing to help you as well. It's Bristol Orthotics and Prosthetics. From head to toe, you know where to go. And, again, they can from head to toe, you know where to go, I should say, at Bristol Orthotics and Prosthetics. And, of course, the main office is on Highway 126 right up from Still Creek Park. They've got locations now all over the Tri-Cities, and we appreciate them coming on as a brand-new sponsor of the Tom Taylor Sports Show. Quick break. We'll be right back. We'll take a break here and come right back, and we'll check in a little college hoops. And also, we'll check in a little baseball, college baseball. We got Doug Fritz coming up. Also, a little bit later on, we'll check in with Katie Carrico. This weekend, there is a CIPA competition involving percussion and drumline, folks. And it's a big event. It's at Sullivan South High School. Last year, they had 20-some schools come all over the southeast, and so they're coming back in this weekend. We're going to be a part of that, and so we're going to talk to Katie Carrico, the wife of the band director at Sullivan South, the host school. It's sports in a roundabout way, but it's a lot of fun to go watch.
Hey, we promote everything
you
at
got
high
it.
schools.
You got it. If it's high school, it's going on, we want to promote it, and that's something called CIPA, C-I-P-A, all caps, and that's an event coming up this weekend, and we'll talk to her about that next hour. And also our buddy Tim Smith, American Import and Auto Repair. All that and a whole lot more. We'll talk a little hoops coming up next on the Tom Taylor Sports Show.
It's easy to buy insurance and forget about it. But the more you learn about your coverage, the more gaps you might find. Like how you thought you were covered for this.
Check it out, Mom.
When you're really only covered for this. Or how you figured you're covered for this when you're actually paying for this.
Danger.
You might be surprised at what's hiding in your coverage. Talk to Farmers and get smarter about your insurance.
We are farmers. Bum, ba-dum, bum, 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 bum.
See what might be hiding in your coverage at farmers.com/gaps.
At FCA, we're touching millions one heart at a time. Since 1954, the Fellowship of Christian Athletes has been putting the heart and soul in sports by challenging athletes and coaches to impact the world for Jesus Christ. As the largest sports ministry in the world, FCA now reaches over 2 million people annually on the professional, college, high school, junior high, and youth levels. Through this shared passion for athletics and faith, lives are changed, one heart at a time. Learn more at fca.org.
Your life is always changing. You never know what shape it will take, or how your financial needs might change. But if we talk about your investments and how they can provide for you and your family, the future becomes clear. At Wells Fargo Advisors, we believe conversation leads to financial clarity. Let's start a conversation today.
From the driveways where your kids play basketball and ride their bicycles, to the parking lots at your local church or grocery store, Bracken Paving is an important part of many neighborhoods in our area. No matter how large or how small the job, Bracken strives for excellence in every service they provide. It's a foundation for a strong community. Discover the difference at Bracken Paving and Asphalt Maintenance. Give us a call or visit us online at brackenpaving.com.
Back on the Tom Taylor Sports Show. Thanks for being with us again on this Tuesday, March the 3rd, our 17th day together, and it's, again, growing. We appreciate that. Again, want to say hello to Margot Ward in Johnson City, and also to want to send a big shout-out to Robert St. Clair in Colonial Heights. We said hello to him first earlier in the show, and we want to do that again, and we appreciate that very much. And so college basketball getting ready for tournament time. March Madness right around the corner. We're going to do a pick and panel on March Madness?
All 32 games at the beginning or the whole
Oh, absolutely.
tournament?
Yeah. Got to do that. So who's going to come down as the national champion?
All right.
Is that good? We going to try it?
I'll print out a bracket, and I'll bring mine. You bring yours.
Absolutely. Bring it to the show, and we'll see who and we got to put a little higher stake on it than candy bars. We'll have to come up with what the big prize is going to be. Maybe one of our sponsors will come up with that. Vito's. We can come up with that.
I'll come out on ahead on that one.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. I think I will play that game. So, by the way, I just got a nice text back from my buddy Michael Delaney. He's going to be with us on Friday, and he's going to preview the Southern Conference tournament before it starts over in Asheville, North Carolina. Bucks play over there on Saturday at 2:30. So he said, I want to contribute. I said, absolutely. So he'll be with us on Friday. Again, give us a preview of the Southern Conference tournament. Man, I used to be back in the day when I did the Bucks on the radio. That was a blast to go to the Southern Conference tournament. Of course, that's when Marshall. Yeah, we are Marshall. Was in the conference, and the place was a sea of green, and they always had more folks. But there's a couple of nights when it was a doubleheader. You had the States fans over there, ETSU, and Marshall, and the place was full, and the place was rocking, and it's a great atmosphere at the. It's no longer the Asheville Civic Center; it's the U.S. Cellular Center. So there you go.
Well, you know, this time of year too, I don't care what you say. The basketball gets better.
Oh, yeah.
When with these college teams, they get to the tournament time, whether it's their conference tournaments or, postseason tournaments, the basketball just seems to step it up just a little bit of a notch. And you can't go wrong going over and watching a few ball games.
No.
I mean, you'll have a good time.
Yeah, I would love to go watch them, but I've got the SEPA event at Sullivan South. We're going to talk to Katie Carrico about here in a few minutes. College basketball, Virginia nails down the ACC championship. That's pretty impressive when you have North Carolina, Duke, I mean, all the teams on Tobacco Road, and Virginia wins the ACC, the number 2 team in the land.
It's been a while since they've been up there.
Yeah, and Texas defeated number 14 Baylor in overtime. Also, number 17 Iowa State defeated number 15 Oklahoma. Everybody's kind of tweaking and fine-tuning, like you said, heading down the home stretch for tournament to start next week in men's college basketball. The ladies start this week. The top 10 this week in college hoops, no surprise. Weinman's Kentucky Wildcats are on the top of the pack. Then comes Virginia, Duke, Villanova, Arizona, Wisconsin, Gonzaga, Wichita State, Kansas, and Maryland, the top 10 in the country in men's college basketball. And a couple of teams snuck in the top 25 this week. Ohio State in at number 23. They were not ranked last week. And Murray State. There's a trivia question. What is the nickname of Murray State? They snuck in at number 25.
Murray State.
Yeah, this is an oddball. This is a neat. It's kind of cool.
Flyers?
Close. That's close.
That's Dayton Flyers.
If I remember right, I hope I'm not wrong, I think it's the Murray State Racers, RACERS.
I'll look it up.
Yeah, look it up. I'm pretty sure that's the Murray State Racers. They're 25th this week in men's college basketball. For the ladies, UConn at number 1. Notre Dame jumps up to number 2 this week. South Carolina drops to number 3. Maryland up 1 to number 4. The Tennessee Lady Vols up to number 5. Did I get it right?
You're right.
Murray
State Racers.
Murray State Racers. There you go. So UConn, Notre Dame, South Carolina, Maryland, Tennessee. Again, 5th this week in women's college basketball. Then comes Baylor, Florida State, Oregon State, Arizona State, and the Lady Cardinals of Louisville round out the top 10 in women's college basketball. Then out of fairness, I want to also bring in real quick college baseball. Oh, yeah. Number 1 team, Texas Christian. Virginia, the Cavaliers, pretty good in baseball. They're 2nd in the country in baseball. LSU 3rd, Vanderbilt 4th, Florida 5th. Look at those SEC schools.
Yeah.
3, 4, and 5. Then comes Texas Tech, UCLA, Mississippi State at number 8, Oregon number 9, and the Central Florida Black Knights, Golden Knights, Black Knights. Black Knights, yeah. Central Florida Black Knights are 10th in the country right now in college baseball. So there you go. And then the Reds open up today, and the Reds here on this wall, the Red Legs will open up against the Cleveland Indians spring training. Wow, good news.
How's the Bucks doing?
Buck baseball?
Yeah.
They are 5-2, 5-3. Have to double check. I have to see how the weather's affected their play. I think they and Milligan have had a tough time playing, although ETSU played over the weekend. It's pretty cool. They had a picture of Thomas Stadium, which is
covered
primo.
in snow.
Oh, yeah. They had a guy pitching, and on the backdrop saw the big mounds of snow where they'd shoved off the field. So those guys are primo. They can play, and that field is very, very nice. Have you been to it yet, the new baseball stadium ETSU?
I've not been inside the stadium, no.
Man.
But from the outside, it looks
gorgeous.
It looks
it's
great.
A show place. Man, It is very, very nice. Quick break. We'll be right back. Going to switch gears, talk a little high school hoops with Doug Fritz, our good friend from the Johnson City Press. He's due to join us next, so we come back with hour number 2 on the Tom Taylor Sports Show.
Life has its twists and turns. It can take many different shapes. But a good retirement plan changes with your life. And as we talk about what you're putting away and how much you'll need to retire, what was uncertain becomes clear. At Wells Fargo Advisors, we believe conversation leads to financial clarity. Let's start a conversation today.
At Farmers, we make you smarter about your insurance because what you don't know can hurt you. What if you didn't know to update your coverage when adult children move home?
Oh, heck no. Or that you could get coverage for identity theft through your homeowner's insurance.
And that your valuables can be covered by home insurance even when they're not at home. The more you know, the better you can plan for what's ahead. Talk to Farmers and get smarter about your insurance.
We are farmers. Bum, 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 bum.
From the driveways where your kids play basketball and ride their bicycles, to the parking lots at your local church or grocery store, Bracken Paving is an important part of many neighborhoods in our area. No matter how large or how small the job, Bracken strives for excellence in every service they provide. It's a foundation for a strong community. Discover the difference at Bracken Paving and Asphalt Maintenance. Give us a call or visit us online at brackenpaving.com.
At FCA, we're touching millions one heart at a time. Since 1954, the Fellowship of Christian Athletes has been putting the heart and soul in sports by challenging athletes and coaches to impact the world for Jesus Christ. As the largest sports ministry in the world, FCA now reaches over 2 million people annually on the professional, college, high school, junior high, and youth levels. Through this shared passion for athletics and faith, lives are changed, one heart at a time. Learn more at fca.org.
Back on the Tom Taylor Sports Show, hour number 2. Again,
at FCA, we're touching millions one heart at a time. Since 1954, the Fellowship of Christian Athletes has been putting the heart
of... likes the show and listens, and we appreciate that very, very much. Evergreen of Johnson City. Let's go to the phone. Our buddy Doug Fritz from the Johnson City Press is with us. Good afternoon, sir. How are you?
I'm doing pretty good. How you doing?
Just fine. Let's go back and take a look at what happened last night. We got 3 teams heading off to the state tournament. In AAA, Morristown West, and AA, Elizabethton, and in Single A, the South Green Lady Rebels have punched their ticket to the state tournament. Tell us about that, would you please?
Yeah, Morristown West went on the road and came up with a tough, I believe it was a 2-point win over Farragut and earned their spot in the state tournament. Looks like they're matched up against Arlington tomorrow. That's probably a pretty good first-round matchup for them, but they're in the same bracket as Blackman, so if they were to be able to get past the semifinals, they're probably looking at the state championship because Blackman's a clear-cut favorite, although Blackman's best player did get hurt in their sectional game, so I don't know how that's going to affect them for the state tournament.
Low-scoring game. Morristown West won 35-33, so Johnny Gallion's team heading off to the state tournament. Tell me about the Lady Cyclones of Elizabethton.
They got off to a great start against Pittman last night, opened up a big second quarter lead, but Pittman's got a couple of really good basketball players, point guard and a post player, and they really fought back and made a game of it. We're within 4 points in the third quarter and 5 points in the fourth quarter, and Elizabethton started making plays down the stretch, and that moves them into the quarterfinals, and they'll be playing Westview, the same team they've met each of the last 2 years. So this will be their third straight matchup with them in the state tournament, and that'll be interesting. And another interesting note about AA, Cross Presbyterian Academy, the other undefeated team in the state, was upset in the sectional at home by Martin Luther King. So, Elizabethton has a good chance. They're going to go down there and play like they have, but they've got a chance to take another run at it.
And out of fairness, I left out Granger. Granger's in our neck of the woods, and they are also going to the state tournament. They beat Fulton by 13 at the AA, so they're heading off. Granger, Elizabethton, Morristown West, and the South Green Lady Rebels. They punched their ticket, beating Meigs County 59-52. Big win for South Green.
Yeah, South Green was a fixture at the state tournament back in their AA heydays, and getting a chance to go down there and single A, and they'll be matched up against Community tomorrow, and that's a real good first-round matchup. And then possibly looking at undefeated Middleton in the semifinals in that tournament.
We're talking to Doug Fritz, sports writer of the John City Press. All that going on for the ladies. Let's switch gears. The guys tonight got two big ones involving our local team. Science Hill hosting Oak Ridge, and Dobyns Bennett going to Maryville. Let's start with the Science Hill Oak Ridge game. Oak Ridge 28-3, obviously the real deal, and a big test for Science Hill tonight.
Oak Ridge apparently has one kid that's sophomore that's just an outstanding player. I believe it's the Higgins kid, and they whipped Science Hill back over at Dobyns Bennett there back in December in the little holiday doubleheader thing, and Science Hill's a big underdog. Just talent-wise, it's going to be a tough matchup for them. But then again, who expected them to beat Jeff County? Who expected them to beat Dobyns Bennett? So, I wouldn't count them out, but they're certainly they're certainly up against it tonight. It's going to be a tough ball game for them. I'd
say the place will be rocking at the Topper Gym. It should be this time of year. These kids deserve to have a full house. This is what you play for all season long. So Science Hill will be hosting Oak Ridge at 7 o'clock tonight. We talked to Coach Morgan earlier in the show. He's on his way to Maryville, literally, to take on the Rebels tonight. And again, DB at 24-8, Maryville 25-6. How do you see this one stacking up?
Well, DB, there was a point there in the season where I just kind of watching what DB was doing and seeing the type of team they had, and I thought, this is a team that can make some noise and have a chance to get down to the state tournaments. And had they won the region, and if Oak Ridge hadn't got upset and they were playing Maryville at home, I would have thought they had a real good chance. So I don't see any reason to think differently just because they're playing on the road. Still the same opponent, and a team they're going to have a chance against. But they will have to go down there and play their best game. But maybe a chance for since nobody up here can beat Maryville in football, maybe somebody can make up for it and beat them in basketball.
I think Charley's done a heck of a job. He had his top two kids. Halverson, who was the other kid that left DB and went to Christ School? Who?
It was the big 6'7" post player, and if you hadn't asked him, I was drawing a blank on his name, but he was Fulkerson.
Fulkerson, that's it. Thank you.
That's two. I mean, it's two big losses for them. I mean, hats off to Charley for even getting them in this position. If they had those two kids, I mean, if you look at the lay of the land down there, I mean, it might have been the type of team that could have won a state championship because Hamilton's the big team, and they lost one of their top players because of ineligibility. So who knows?
Yeah, I think Charley's done a phenomenal job losing those two big guys to move on to another school, and then lost 5 total in graduation. So he's done a heck of a job, I think, just to get in this position. AA, the Elizabethton Cyclones. Here's a guy that's quietly putting together a nice coaching record at Elizabethton. Lucas Honeycutt and the Cyclones hosting Knox Fulton tonight. What do you think about that for the Cyclones?
Well, I tell you what, Lucas has done a great job. He's only been coaching for 3 years, and the year before that, he actually, probably not a lot of people outside of Elizabethton know this, but before he took over the boys program, he was the girls' head coach at the middle school. So he had the Marisite twins when they were in 8th grade, and they went undefeated and won the sectional when he was coaching them there. So, he knows how to take what he has and put them together, and he's had some great postseason success here, 2 district championships, now a region championship, his second sectional game. Only problem is this time, Fulton got upset, so now here comes Knox Fulton, a perennial power, but Fulton's top player twisted his ankle in the region final, so he's questionable for tonight. If he does not play, Elizabethton's got a chance. If he does play and he's full speed and healthy, I think it's going to take, kind of like where Science Hill is, it's going to take a big upset for Elizabethton to win.
Big night tonight in the sectional. Again, the AA. Greenville, the Green Devils on the road at Knox Carter and Strawberry Plains. Green Devils on the road or Carter at home?
I'm telling you what, I witnessed Carter playing Unicoi County at that Carter's gym down there. They're rabid fans. They love that run and gun pace. The kids love the gym. You better get there early if you want to see, because they'll turn people away. And I don't give Greenville. I tell you what, I like Brad Woolsey. He's a heck of a coach. If he goes down, he beat Carter in the state tournament last year, but that was on a neutral court. If he goes down there and beats him this year, I mean, I would just have to really be impressed with what he's done with that team, because that's a tough sell right there.
There you go. I'm reading between the lines here. They got their work cut out for them, Greenville does. Tonight in Single A, Hampton will be at home against Meigs County and South Green at Grace Christian. How do you see those stacking up?
You know, really, Grace Christian's played a tough schedule. They kind of caught my eye there back in January. I noticed their record wasn't that good at that time, but they've played a killer schedule, and then they finished strong here once they got in mostly into their district play and playing just single A teams. I don't see any way South Green can go down there and beat them. That would be a big upset. As for Hampton at home, you know, Meigs County's good. From everything I hear, it's going to be a hard game. I think with home court advantage, you know, Hampton's got a great shot at it. I wouldn't bet against Stanley Valentine and Kobe Jones and Cheyenne Camillo in that situation. So I think Hampton's got a chance, but they will have to play a good game. Can't go out there and play ho-hum, but I think they got a shot.
I think you're right. I think it's an exciting time. Of course, all these gyms tonight, locally, Science Hill, Elizabethton, Hampton, the place ought to be rocking, all those gyms. These kids deserve that. And then, of course, DB, Greenville, and South Green go on the road to play in a hostile environment. So hopefully they can pull off those wins and get all these teams heading off to the state tournament next week, or week after next in Murfreesboro. Or actually, it is next week. The ladies play this week. Doug, great report, my friend. Thank you. Are you going down to the state tournament to cover any of our local teams?
That's my plan, to go to the girls and cover Elizabethton if I can get down there before that weather moves across the state. And then we'll just have to wait and see on the boys to see who makes it and see what we do for that. But planning on being down there Thursday for the Lady Cyclones.
Well, you'll probably get a phone call from them, and let's talk about it once you get out of the state tournament. Is that good?
Give me a shout. They play at 4:45 Eastern time on Thursday.
Yeah, so we'll get you early on the Friday show, give you time to get over there and cover the game, all right?
All righty.
Super job, my friend. Have a safe trip to Murfreesboro. I'll talk to you Thursday, all right?
All right. Thank you, Tom.
Yep, great job. That guy right there is good. I tell you, Doug Fritz, the John City Press, appreciate him very, very much. And so we'll get a live bird's eye call on Thursday from the AA state champion or state tournament game in Murfreesboro. Quick break. We'll be right back. We're going to switch from basketball to SIPA. What in the world does SIPA stand for? CIPA, and I'm sitting there looking at the schedule. Happy Valley, Crockett, Chilhowie, Northwood, Knox Carter, Knox Halls, Dobyns, Bennett, Sequoia, Pulaski County, North Buncombe High School. There are going to be a lot of folks in at Sullivan South on Saturday at the high school for the SIPA competitions indoors. We'll tell you about that and talk to young ladies helping to put this together right after this on the Tom Taylor Sports Show.
At Farmers, we make you smarter about insurance, because what you don't know can hurt you. What if you didn't know that it's smart to replace washing machine hoses every 5 years? What if you didn't know that you might need extra coverage for more expensive items? And what if you didn't know that teen drivers are 4 times more likely to get into an accident?
What's up?
The more you know, the better you can plan for what's ahead. Talk to Farmers and get smarter about your insurance.
We are Farmers. Bum, ba-dum, bum, 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 bum.
From the driveways where your kids play basketball and ride their bicycles, to the parking lots at your local church or grocery store, Bracken Paving is an important part of many neighborhoods in our area. No matter how large or how small the job, Bracken strives for excellence in every service they provide. It's a foundation for a strong community. Discover the difference at Bracken Paving and Asphalt Maintenance. Give us a call or visit us online at brackenpaving.com.
At FCA, we're touching millions one heart at a time. Since 1954, the Fellowship of Christian Athletes has been putting the heart and soul in sports by challenging athletes and coaches to impact the world for Jesus Christ. As the largest sports ministry in the world, FCA now reaches over 2 million people annually on the professional, college, high school, junior high, and youth levels. Through this shared passion for athletics and faith, lives are changed. one heart at a time. Learn more at fca.org.
Life has its twists and turns. It can take many different shapes. But a good retirement plan changes with your life. And as we talk about what you're putting away and how much you'll need to retire, what was uncertain becomes clear. At Wells Fargo Advisors, we believe conversation leads to financial clarity. Let's start a conversation today.
Back on the Tom Taylor Sports Show. Thanks for being with us on this Tuesday, March the 3rd, our 17th day together. And again, you can find us on Facebook. You can find us on Facebook.com/Tom Taylor Sports Show. Like us and follow us. We'd appreciate that. And you have been, and folks have been doing it on a daily basis. Also on YouTube, you can go there tonight, later on this afternoon, and simply type in the Tom Taylor Sports Show, and there's our show in its entirety. Also, you have us on iTunes, on TuneIn Radio, and also on the Stitcher phone app or Stitcher.com. So either one of those that you can catch us. Of course, we're live right now on livestream.com all over the world. And let's go to the phone. She's there. Katie Carrico, who is the wife of a very talented band director at Sullivan South High School. And good afternoon, young lady. How are you?
Very well, thank you.
Yes, thank you for checking in with us. And coming up this weekend, we get the privilege of emceeing this event. It's called, it's a CIPA competition. Capital CIPA. What does that stand for?
That stands for Connecting Individuals Through Performance Arts.
Yeah, and so folks out there have no clue what we're talking about. Kind of set the scene here. What's this going to be going, or what's this all about? What's going to be going on Saturday?
Well, I think Mother Nature has proved exactly the purpose of an organization like this one, and that is to try and allow these kids to continue performing and competing, but in an indoor performance space. They're going to be limited to usually a gymnasium floor covered by a tarp, and you're going to have both color guard and percussion ensemble performances going on throughout the day.
Yeah, and so these teams, for example, I'm looking at the schedule here. Rolling off first will be Northwood High School, Middle School. So they get a chance. They'll go out, and how long do they get to actually do their performance?
Typically, performances are going to be in the 8-minute range. Some of the smaller groups, like your middle school groups, your novice guards, are going to have a little bit shorter performance, especially when it's still early in the season. They don't wrap up until May, so you wouldn't expect to see a full show in its completion as clean as it's going to be until probably the end of the season.
Yeah, and so you got local schools. I'm sitting there looking at the schedule. Happy Valley, Crockett, of course, Dobyns, Bennett, Sullivan South. Who else I see here? Cock counties from our neck of the woods, Abington High School, Happy Valley. And so they're local teams, and they're also out-of-town teams or schools. Is that correct?
Yeah, it is correct. We actually have 4 states represented. We're really proud to be a regional event. So this year we're representing Tennessee, Virginia, North Carolina, and Kentucky.
Awesome. We're talking to Katie Carrico again. Husband is the band director and does a phenomenal job at Sullivan South. They bring hardware at home just about every competition they go to in the fall. And of course, what you're wanting to do is do the same thing here for this competition. So they're on a timer, is that right? By the time they say, all right, it's time now for the Happy Valley School to go, they have so much time to do their thing, perform, and then get everything off the mat that's laid down on the gym floor. Is that correct?
That is correct. They have to haul all of their equipment in. The individuals that are part of the team, as well as a group of people who will help them, have to get everything on the floor, set up, perform, and then everything back off the floor in a particular amount of time. It's one of the rules of the competition.
Yeah, and the judges come in from out of the area, so it's people that travel with SEPA that are doing the judging. Is that correct?
They do. They do this professionally, so these are some pretty serious individuals. They do a great job. We've worked with a number of these individuals for a couple of years now, and we're really pleased to be working with them again this year. Everything
gets started, I think, right around 3:15 on Saturday, so I'm sure there's an admission price and there's a concession stand. So these kids, and you know this because you're around them, they work very, very hard. In my opinion, just as hard as the footballers or basketballers or baseballers. These kids are under the gun from a time constraint, and so there's a lot of stress, a lot of pressure to perform well, isn't there?
Definitely. There's a lot of hours of back work that have gone into making these performances fun and entertaining, and I hope everybody will come out and support this great organization. You know, all the admissions benefit the Sullivan South Rebel Band, so you can't go wrong coming to a competition like this.
Yeah, it's a fundraiser, I should say, for the Sullivan South Band, as she mentioned. So it's again, we've got 4 states represented. It all starts right around 3:15. The winning schools get trophies. What do they get to take home with them?
Oh, yeah, trophies and certificates. We're really excited, too, because it's going to be a preliminary and finals performance. So you get double bang for your buck this year, so you can come and see them perform. Like you said, it starts at 3:15, and then finals kicks off at 7:23 that evening. So.
There you go. It all starts at Sullivan South. It's all indoors, so whether it snows, rains, or sun's out, doesn't make any difference. The show will go on. Of course, you're calling for nice weather this weekend. So, Katie, thank you very much. Look forward to seeing you out there Saturday, and thank you for asking me to come back and MC this. I love doing this event, and I'll see you out there Saturday, all right?
Thank you. See you.
Yeah, great job. Katie Carrico and the folks in the Sullivan South Band. Appreciate it very much. It's the SEPA competition. 4 states. I'm going to read down these schools here again. McDowell County High School, that's North Carolina. Northwoods out of Virginia. Happy Valley, Crockett, Chilhowie, Sequoia, that's out of North Carolina. Let's see. Knox Carter is coming up. Carter Middle School. Let's see. Crockett. McDowell Pisgah High School out of North Carolina, Pulaski High School out of Virginia, Chilhowie. This is cool, and so all this is going on. The Cobb County High School Winter Guard. Did you say you played in the band?
Yes. Among my many things.
Why did you hesitate? Why was there a hesitation?
I haven't done that since, man, I guess I was high school. Yeah, I was in a band.
Yeah. What? Let me get. Don't even hear it.
You want me to tell the story?
No, I want to see. I'll see if I can guess what instrument. You did play an instrument, correct?
Yes.
Yeah, all right.
I played over my course. I played 2.
Okay. Don't tell me. I'm going to see if I can guess. Let's see. Horace. This is like a trivia. Let's see. Instruments that you would play, knowing you. I'm going to say you played the trombone.
No.
Okay. I get 3 guesses. Trombone. So you played 2. So I'm going to say trombone, which is wrong. I'm going to try. Let's see. What would you play? You're too. I don't see you playing a flute.
You're right there.
Okay. Didn't play. I'm going to say you play the drums.
No.
Okay. You're 0 for 2. I get 1 more guess. 1 more guess. Didn't play trombone. Didn't play the drums. What did Horace play? And he played the cymbals.
No.
Nope.
No.
Okay. What'd you play?
I was trumpet and baritone. You got to remember now. I was not. I was a skinny fellow, and the trumpet was right up my alley. Played marching band, concert band, and stage band. Freshman and sophomore year.
Is there any pictures? Mrs. V, how many pictures floating around?
I don't know. I doubt that. And then things changed dramatically my junior and senior year.
What happened?
We moved.
You moved. There you go. And so
I don't mean to belittle, but this school is no longer in existence, so I guess I can say it. Friendsville High School. I was from a major marching band up in Indiana.
Yes.
I mean, competitive. We
big time.
Oh, yeah, big time. It was serious as football. And we moved to Tennessee and had to go to Friendsville High School my junior year. And the next thing I know, I was signed up for band 8th period, which I did not sign up for.
Did your mother sign you up?
No. The school looked at my records and said, we're having him in the band.
Well, he's going to be our trumpet player.
Well, there's only like 15 of us.
In the band?
In the band. And they wanted to go march at halftime, and I said no. They wanted me to teach them to march. This is not happening.
So you were the trumpet player in the 15
well,
band.
there was 3 of us when I was a junior, yeah. But I'm sorry, it was more of a pep band than it was any type of other band.
So out of 15 band members total, there was 3 trumpeters. That leaves 12 for everything else.
Yeah.
So that means it was a little sparse.
Oh, it's sparse. There's another word for it. And then they wanted to go march, and I'm sitting there going, no.
How big was your school in Indiana?
Oh, yeah, we had 220.
So you go from 220 down to 15.
Yeah.
You said, I'm not doing this. So
I
you did.
Concert band, marching band, and stage band.
Yeah.
I had a ball in stage band. Of course, I've lost it all. I mean, I couldn't pucker my lips now if I wanted to.
Boom! There you go. There you have it. That'll come back to haunt you.
Yeah,
I couldn't pucker my lips. I wanted to. So got me crying over. That's good stuff. Anyway, so you know firsthand this is this is serious stuff.
Yeah, and I've got no doubt it'll be a great time.
Oh, it is a blast. I did it last year, and they've added more schools because they do such a good job at South. They've added more schools to come in, and so 4 states. I think there's like 20-some bands. And for example, pick one. Pulaski County starts at 3:34. It says, I don't know what all this means. I'm just the guy that reads announcements, but it says body, transit, equipment, transit, holding, and performance. So from the time, like Northwood High School, from the time they say you're on, you have from 2:59 to 3:25, you got 26 minutes to get everybody through the room. I think they check your equipment. They get you out on the floor. You got to set up, do your performance, and get off the floor in 26 minutes, or you start getting penalized points.
Yeah.
So, and then when you do your show,
you
got to
get
put
graded on that.
You get graded on your shows. It's very, very tense and stressful. And here's what I like: the parents go nuts at this. I mean, they're standing ovations, screaming and hollering, and your parents go Horace! I mean, they get into this. I think it's a really cool event.
Oh, yeah.
And so it starts right around 3 o'clock on Saturday. So if you get a chance, this is no knockoff on any of the other sports, but these kids, in my opinion, work as hard in a different way as the footballers and the swimmers.
It's a different type of talent, but it's just as important.
Yeah.
And I'm telling you what, it's impressive.
It is impressive. In fact, if you go to the YouTube, I did this back over Christmas. Somebody told me to go, and I guess it was Ohio State's band. They said, go to YouTube, type in Ohio State, and watch them during the halftime of their show. They change, how they're moving.
Yeah.
They do all these different, what do you call them? You've been in a band.
Well, it's just the different formations.
Formations, thank you. In about a 10 or 15-minute period, and it's like 200 or 300 people. And Tennessee does the same thing.
But it's kind of morphed from one image to another.
It's incredible.
And it's improved over the years.
And I'm thinking, I can't even walk backwards without stumbling over my cowboy boots. And these kids are, and young people are doing trumpets, cymbals, and they're moving, and it's impressive. And these kids deserve to have a big crowd out there because they really bust their chops. And that's why every chance I get during the football games that I'm doing, I'm always trying to stop and watch at halftime the bands because they work very hard. They're out there in the summer on those band camps.
Yep.
Footballers out there doing 2 days. Well, so is the band camp. They're out there sweating it, and so I guess you can tell I'm passionate about the bands and the fine arts in our school. So, anyway, it's coming up this coming Saturday at Sullivan South High School. If you get a chance, check it out. And we'll be there having a big time. And at some point I'll start laughing because Horace went from a 200 band in Indiana to 15 at Friendsville High School. They've closed it.
The Friendsville Fighting Falcons. Yeah, my junior year was its last year. And then everything consolidated into William Blount High School. I show up and they close the doors.
It's the
Friendsville Fighting Falcons.
The Fighting Falcons of Friendsville High School. Ladies who on the trumpet.
I made some great friends, though. I mean, I had a ball. I mean, at first, coming from a big major school into a small like that, but they welcomed me and I had a ball.
Oh yeah.
So
that's how they do here in the mountains. They take care of them. The people come outside, them Indiana people, they bring them right into the fold and treat them like one of theirs.
Yeah, we get off the air, I'll tell you some more stuff that I did.
I'm sure there is stories. Yeah. Does this involve the Buick Skylark, the 2-door?
No, I mean it's what activities I did when I was in high school.
Oh well, that's my whole point. Activities.
We're not talking about extracurricular activities.
You got me crying today, man. This is good stuff.
I'm about to go find my old annual.
Oh,
this is
good stuff. You got me crying over here. All right, before we go to the break, let me tell you about the good folks at Max Medicine Mart. Again, he'll be with us tomorrow, Dr. Barry Walton from Max Medicine Mart. Right now, they got the Now product line, 20% off at Max Medicine Mart. Glucosamine sulfate, they've got that 20% off under the Now brand. Vitamin D3. Do you take vitamins, by the way?
Supposed to. I haven't taken vitamins in a long time.
All right, we need to get you on vitamins. I mean, it is imperative, particularly people.
I take so many other pills, man. I don't know if I'll pop another one.
Not your age. People my age need to be taking vitamins. They've also, on the Now brand, prostate support. They've got that. It's 20% off glucosamine sulfate, the methyl B12. Also, if you know someone who suffers from gout, which is very painful, the black cherry fruit product, it's 20% off with the Now. And, of course, as we said yesterday, if you're wanting to lose weight, apple cider vinegar, they've got that, and they sell a bunch of that. It's 20% off, again, in the month of March at Max Medicine Mart. Also, Russell Stover Easter bunnies. You like Easter candy? You like chocolate?
I like any candy, man. What are you talking about? That's a dumb question.
I know. That was a setup. What was it Halston said the other day at church he liked? You weren't there. It was, oh, God. But they got a Butterfinger, kind of like a Reese's Cup now. It's made out of Butterfinger. He said, man, that's out of this world. Our buddy Halston told me that. Russell Stover Easter Bunny, they've got them. They also got the marshmallow and milk chocolate. They got mini eggs. They got the coconut, the cookie dough, the caramel, the fudge brownie mini eggs in a little bag.
The peaks? Like little peaks.
That's
little
it.
Peeps.
That's what they are. Yeah, from Russell Stover. They've got those in stock. And so if you're looking for Easter candy, that is your place to go. And, again, it's at Max Medicine Mart. Make tracks to Max. And also, if you're getting ready to travel this summer and you need your vaccination, your shot records updated, you're going to be traveling out of the country, and you have your passport. They give all kinds of shots. They're your vaccination destination at Max. And I know in the summertime they always do a little push to get rabies, but tetanus. Kids out playing, step on a nail, whatever. So they administer the tetanus shot there at Max Medicine Mart as well. And so make tracks to Max, and you do on Center Street in Kingsport. Take a quick break. We'll be right back. Check in with our next guest. Again, we've had Charley Morgan so far today from Dobyns, Bennett. Also the quiz show, Vito's. God, I'm still mad about that. I got suckered into that deal. I was going 5 for 5, and I bit one there. Yeah, never mind. Doug Fritz.
There you go. That's all you, man.
Okay, I got my point. Put on your big boy pants. Buck up, cowboy. All right. As my father used to say, we get hurt, he'd say, jump up, spit on it, rub spit on it, get up and go. That's what he would say. Bless his heart. Katie Carrico just joined. She joined us. And coming up next, our buddy Tim Smith. I didn't appreciate that.
That was great. What are you talking about?
It was. I liked it. Yeah, I deserved it. Take a quick break. We'll be right back. We'll carry on here on this Tuesday. Hope you're enjoying the show. We have a lot of laughs and bring you some information. Again, we see sports as one spoke in the big wheel of life. We don't take it too seriously. Hope you don't, because it is what it is, and what you should be taking up there is what matters as we dedicate this show to him. Quick break. We'll be right back on the Tom Taylor Sports Show.
At FCA, we're touching millions one heart at a time. Since 1954, the Fellowship of Christian Athletes has been putting the heart and soul in sports by challenging athletes and coaches to impact the world for Jesus Christ. As the largest sports ministry in the world, FCA now reaches over 2 million people annually on the professional, college, high school, junior high, and youth levels. Through this shared passion for athletics and faith, lives are changed, one heart at a time. Learn more at fca.org.
At Farmers, we make you smarter about your insurance, because what you don't know can hurt you. What if you didn't know that home insurance can keep your stuff covered even when it's not at home? Or that collisions with wildlife on the road may not be covered? And what if you didn't know you could be liable for any accidents on your property? The more you know, the better you can plan for what's ahead. Talk to Farmers and get smarter about your insurance.
We are farmers. Bum, ba-dum, bum, 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 bum.
Your life is always changing. You never know what shape it will take, or how your financial needs might change. But if we talk about your investments and how they can provide for you and your family, the future becomes clear. At Wells Fargo Advisors, we believe conversation leads to financial clarity. Let's start a conversation today.
From the driveways where your kids play basketball and ride their bicycles, to the parking lots at your local church or grocery store, Bracken Paving is an important part of many neighborhoods in our area. No matter how large or how small the job, Bracken strives for excellence in every service they provide. It's a foundation for a strong community. Discover the difference at Bracken Paving and Asphalt Maintenance. Give us a call or visit us online at brackenpaving.com.
Back with the Tom Taylor Sports Show. Thanks for being with us again on this Tuesday, March the 3rd, 17 days into our show. We appreciate that very much. And again, big shout out to Tony Balk of Evergreen of Johnson City. He likes the show. And again, you can tell us you like us and follow us on Facebook.com/Tom Taylor Sports Show. And let's go to the phonies there, buddy. Tim Smith from American Import and Auto Repair. Good afternoon, sir. How are you?
Good. How are you, Tom?
Just fine, sir. Just fine. You were in Pittsburgh last week. What kind of snow? Did they get more snow than we did in Pittsburgh?
There was quite a bit of snow there, and on Sunday probably got another 3 or 4 inches during the day, and everybody was out in it, just acting like it wasn't anything.
Yeah. So are we getting kind of sissified around here? Do you think? Because we, of course, up in Southwest Virginia they really got hammered, but here in the Tri-Cities. Up in Pittsburgh, they just kind of go, don't they? They're just used to it, and they're ready for it, and it's business as usual, right?
Yeah, they just get in their car and go where they need to and do what they need to do.
Yeah, so maybe, well, so it is what it is. But we're not used to the snow around here that much, so got some more coming, I think, later on this week. So let's talk about what's up on the rack. What have you guys been working on this week? Have you had a lot of vehicles in as a result of some fender benders and different types of things, or some things needed help as a result of some winter driving?
Batteries are an issue when it gets like this because people don't realize how bad they're getting until it gets really cold, and then the battery gives out on them. Antifreeze issues, things like that. And tires are always a problem when it gets nasty out. But no amount of tire is going to help you when it's ice. So,
yeah.
But the snow, you watch the tread depth, you can do okay with that.
Yeah, in fact, we talk about it when it rains, have a lot of rain in the springtime, where how you can find out pretty quick what kind of tire tread you've got, because if you take off from a stoplight and start spinning, your wheels or your tires are worn out. Same thing in snow. You can find out pretty quick how good or how bad your tire tread is, right?
Yes. After you get going in the rain, you can see if you hydroplane or not. That's also, no matter how good your brakes are and how much you take care of your car, you've got 4 little contact patches that connect you to the road, and they need to be in good shape.
Talking to Tim Smith, one of our great sponsors. Of course, he sponsors the quiz show for American Import and Auto Repair on West Market Street in Johnson City, home of the free loaner car program at 913-3111. And let's talk about the Super Saver program. Tell me about that, where folks can be a part of.
Super Saver is a program where you can get a whole package of maintenance items on your vehicle all at once. It's $100 for a regular Super Saver. That includes 4 oil changes, some tire rotations, some work on your car, wiper blade stuff. There's quite a bit of things in there, and it doesn't have to be on your car. It can be on your husband's car, your wife's car, the kids. So if you have a family, it's really good to help budget for normal maintenance items.
Yeah, and so it's available. The Super Saver program is good for any vehicle, be it import or domestic. Is that correct?
Yes, it is.
Yeah. Also, let's talk about, you mentioned the batteries. When you guys have to replace a battery, what kind of battery do you put in?
We put in the AC Delco Professional. They tend to work very well, and after years and years and years, we've come to find out those are really good batteries. We put them in quite a bit of vehicles, and they do very, very well, import and domestic.
Tell me the AC Delco batteries are made. Tell me they're made in the United States. Is that correct?
I'm pretty sure they are, yes.
Yeah, USA made. AC Delco batteries from American Import and Auto Repair in Johnson City. Also, when you go up and you have your oil changed, you guys have lots of different varieties, I guess, of oil. Is that true?
Yes, we do. Anyway, from just a regular oil that you put in a normal vehicle to some of the 020s have to be synthetic for some of the import vehicles. Quite a bit of different ones, regular oil, synthetic oil. So we can take care of just about any one that you have a problem with. Like if you have an Audi or a BMW, we can take care of that just as well as we can a Chevy or a Buick.
Yeah. Talking to Tim Smith again of American Import and Auto Repair, one of our great sponsors here again on the Tom Taylor Sports Show. And tell me again about the Super Saver program one more time.
Super Saver is a good way to budget all of your maintenance items for the year, and it's good for 13 months. So we can take care of all of your vehicles, your maintenance, oil changes during that year, and it has good savings on all the stuff you'll have to get done.
Which is good through April of next year. Is that correct, for 13 months?
Yes.
Yeah, neat stuff. Website. Of course, the phone number is 913-3111 is the number to call. And what is the website?
www.americanimportservices.com.
There you go. So you can go there and check out everything we're talking about. I know for Valentine's Day you guys gave away a TV. You guys are always doing different kind of neat things for a auto repair shop, and you kind of get outside of the box, if you will, and so you gave away a TV for Valentine's Day. Is that correct?
Yeah, you got to make it fun. Everybody's got to get their car fixed. Sometimes it's not much fun because it costs money and everything. We try to lighten the mood a little bit, show a little fun. We gave away a TV to Christy McAllister, was the one that won it, and very thankful. And she was making plans to get it put up as we speak.
Neat stuff. Last thing I want to talk about real quick before I let you go, talking to Tim Smith, is the fact that, speaking of females, you all have done clinics in the past or workshops. You like to help single ladies or widows, divorcees. You really like to help ladies so they go someplace and unfortunately get took. And so at American Import and Auto Repair, they do not. And so you like to work with that particular part of our population, right?
Yes, we do. In fact, Christy McAllister is a divorce, and we do our best to take care of anybody, but especially we tend to have a high ladies content there that comes. Our customers are a lot of ladies that come there, and we can explain it to them. If they want to hear all the details, we can tell them all the details. If they just want their car fixed, we can do that as well. So we can take you back there and show you your vehicle and show you what's wrong with it if you would like to see. So we try to do as much or as little explaining as you would like.
Everybody who wins on the quiz show gets an oil change there. They love it. They all call me up, or I'll see them. They say, man, those folks are first class, and they always speak very highly of Blaine and Tanya and Big Sexy. So you've got some good folks down there. And in closing here, what are the hours you're open at American Import and Auto Repair?
8 to 5, Monday through Friday, 8 to 12 Saturday.
There you go. Hey, great report. Glad you're back in town. And I know Pittsburgh's okay, but it's no place like home, right?
It's not home. Good to be home.
Good to be home. We're glad you are home. I'll talk to you soon, all right?
All right. Thank you, Tom.
Yes, sir. Great job. He's a dear, dear friend, our buddy Tim Smith, again, from American Import and Auto Repair in Johnson City, home of the free loaner car program at 913-3111. Well, I see that while we've been on the air, the NBA news, the Denver Nuggets have fired Brian Shaw, and so he's out, and they're looking for a new coach. Actually, they brought a interim coach. Melvin Hunt will serve as interim coach for the Nuggets, and so Brian Shaw's canned, and Denver obviously did not get it done, and so he has been replaced by Melvin Hunt as the coach for the Denver Nuggets on an interim basis. Also, is this on his list? Yep. Jameis.
Mr. Winston.
Yeah, Mr. Winston's been in Tampa. A little visit with the Bucks, and I'm
not a Buccaneer fan anyway. Now, that is Tampa Bay Buccaneers.
Bay Buccaneers, yeah. But you're not a fan of Jameis Winston at all, right?
No.
So,
I will give you credit. He has talent, all right? But everything else about him, it's just not me. This doesn't rank up there with me.
Well, let's see what he does when he gets to Tampa. Let's see what it says here real quick. What might be an unprecedented visit for how early it is occurring. Jameis Winston is in Tampa on Tuesday for an all-day meeting with the Buccaneers. Winston, the former Florida State star, arrived in Tampa Bay on Monday, will depart tomorrow. Meeting is largely with Buccaneer ownership, and the trip has been called a Glazer-centric by another source. Glazer is the owner of the team, the family's owner of the team. It is to see how comfortable the Buccaneers would be using the number 1 overall pick on Winston. Now, what's unusual?
I hope they got a big paycheck. I hope they got a big bank account because he's going to demand a lot.
Yeah. What's unusual about this trip is its timing. Typically, prospects don't begin visiting teams until April. People around the league cannot remember a potential number 1 overall pick visiting a team with the top selection this early in the process.
Because it's Mr. Winston.
Yeah.
He can do what he wants when he wants.
NFL's aware of it, so it's okay. Former Oregon quarterback Marcus Mariota is expected to visit the Buccaneers next month. Draft, by the way, is April the 30th.
I hope Winston does not go number 1. I hope Mariota. I hope that. The other prospect is much better.
Yeah, Mariota.
Yeah,
quarterback for Oregon.
He strikes me as an NFL quarterback. Drop back. He has the capability, or has the ability to scramble when he needs to, but fits the mold of an NFL quarterback. Winston's going to be another RG3. He's going to be hurt all the time. I'm sorry. I just.
And you don't like Johnny Manziel. You're not high on him either.
No. He's in the same mold with those two, and arrogant, cocky.
Yeah.
And, no.
All right. So Winston is in Tampa meeting with the ownership of the Buccaneers. I guess there's a 50-50 shot after meeting this guy. They say, after he leaves, going, this is probably not our guy. I guess they have that option, but it is unusual. He's in there in March, and most of them don't show up till April because the draft's not till April the 30th. So,
yeah, I mean, Winston just says, I want to go where it's warm. Let's go down there and visit.
He pretty much does what he wants to do.
He does what he wants when he wants.
Yeah. Horse is all worked up. I knew when I said Jameis Winston.
He has no scruples.
I knew when I mentioned it would get an immediate response, and it did. So, anyway, Winston's there, and he's in Tampa Bay, and that's what's going on in the NFL camp. Spring training has started again. The Redlegs will crank it up at 3 o'clock against the Cleveland Indians. Let's see. There are new NCAA academic misconduct rules getting ready to be put into place. A group of 20 university presidents and college administrators have decided that they're crafting a proposal to better define when the NCAA should jump in there and impose academic penalties on schools or investigate cases of academic cheating by student athletes. So,
you think it has something to do with North Carolina?
It's funny you'd say that, Horace. The academic misconduct case in North Carolina was a prime example of the delicate balancing act between athletics and academics, and that's been going on for years.
I wouldn't say it was much balance in there at all. I mean, that's pretty much one-sided. Play ball and we'll take care of your grades.
That's kind of where it went, looks like. So anyway, that's what's going on. And also, out of the Southeastern Conference, the commissioner of the Southeastern Conference, a little leery of freshman ineligibility. So Southeastern Conference Commissioner Mike Slive said it would be best to wait until after the NCAA's new initial eligibility standards take effect in 2016 before considering whether to keep freshmen off the field. So if the goal is to improve graduation rates and grade point averages, we have to remember that each college student has his or her own academic challenges.
One word, Kentucky.
To put a blanket over these student athletes with a year on the bench doesn't address those individual needs to incentive academic progress. To incentivize, never heard that word ever. Incentivize academic, I guess that's to motivate academic progress. Many students do come to college prepared both academically and athletically, ready to compete in the classroom and in competition, and to penalize those students with a universal policy may create unintended consequences not beneficial to many student athletes. Now, Big Ten Commissioner Jim Delaney said he wants his conference to consider making freshmen ineligible in football and men's basketball.
Amen to that, brother.
Pac-12 Commissioner Larry Scott and Bob Bowlesby have both expressed support for at least examining the possibility. So why would you not want the freshmen to be able to play?
Kentucky basketball is a good example, all right? They come in there, they get the best players they can find that coming out of high school. Very talented young men, don't get me wrong, okay? They come in, but their only goal is to make it to the NBA. And freshman, sophomore, after 2 years, they're gone. And they don't get their education. It's all about the money again. So if you're going to go to college and play ball and take a scholarship, get your degree.
Yeah.
Earn the scholarship. All right? Don't waste it. I mean, to me, that's what these players are doing. It's just a stepping stone to the next level, and it's a mockery of the system. So, no.
So if you're a freshman, I roll into campus, I'm a hot shot player, it doesn't matter. I got to sit out of here.
Have a freshman squad. They can still play, just don't let them play on the varsity squad, so to speak.
Then the schools would say, okay, that's an added expense now to put together a JV or a freshman team.
Not necessarily. I mean, maybe for travel-wise, maybe, but you can reduce it in scope. It doesn't have to be the full-fledged schedule. It doesn't have to be the big bells and whistles that the varsity program has. But I mean, that's just the perfect example. These kids aren't there to get an education; they're there to make it to the NBA. That's the bottom line. And if these schools are going to offer scholarships, it's for education. Yeah. I mean, that was the whole purpose of it.
Well, what about other sports? Basketball, I'll give you that. What about baseball, swimming, volleyball?
It's not abused in those other venues, but make it across the board.
Yeah. Well, I know my first year of college was, I won't say it was a train wreck, but it was certainly an adjustment. Well, okay. Now that you mentioned it, but it was certainly an adjustment period. You go to college, you're a freshman, you got to learn the campus, got to get along with people, new people, you got to learn classes.
Remember, these kids are 18, 19 years old.
Yeah, and so they're walking in off of the high school playing floor or court or ball field, and now they're going to go into the freshman, and there's an adjustment just to being a college kid, let alone make an adjustment from high school to college in sports. So you're saying keep the freshmen off the field on the varsity level for the first year.
I think so. I mean, you start waving all that cash in front of them, hey, 2 years, man, you're going to be 20 years old making millions.
And they do.
And that's what it's all. I mean, that's what they look at. Yeah. They're not there to get an education.
Yeah, they're there to.
It defeats the purpose.
All right. NCAA and initial eligibility standards go up, starting with the freshman class of 2016. To be immediately eligible for competition, a prospective student athlete must have at least a 2.3 GPA.
I agree with that.
With a sliding scale tied to SAT scores. An SAT score of 1,000 requires a 2.5 high school core course GPA for competition and a 2.0 high school core course GPA for aid in practice. Okay, so you got to have at least a 2.3 GPA with a sliding scale tied to the SAT scores. So an SAT score of only 1,000 requires a 2.5 high school core course GPA. Prospects must also successfully complete 10 of the 16 total required core courses before the start of their senior year in high school.
There you go.
Yeah.
Those core courses, I mean, they'll come back and nip you if you're not careful.
Horace is right on this. Most college sports leaders have spoken out against the NBA's rule requiring American players to be 19 years old and a year out of high school to be drafted. The rule has created the so-called one-and-done player in college basketball. That's what you're trying to get away from.
Yeah.
All right. I have no problem with that.
If they're that good, fine. Just sit out a year and play in some semi-pro league and then go into the NBA. But don't take a scholarship from someone that really needs it and wants to use it.
Okay. We've got that covered. So I'm hearing you loud and clear. So SEC, Big Ten, and the Big 12 or Pac-12 taking a look at this. And, again, the NCAA trying to tighten up the academic rules for not just freshmen, for all the student athletes. And that is, at the end of the day, I know college is big business too. They say it isn't, but it's big business.
Yep.
And at the end of the day, these kids, you think they ought to pay these kids to play in sports in college?
Well, a scholarship in and of itself is payment. You got some scholarships are worth up to $300,000 now. I mean, come on. I mean, that's payment in and of itself if you're going to get a college education. These schools are, there's another other side of that. The schools are making money off the kids. I mean, ticket sales, memorabilia. I mean, whether you want to throw it out there. I mean, that's a tough call.
All right.
I wouldn't want to make it.
Yeah, but it's a legitimate.
You got legitimate gripes on both sides.
Both pros and cons, either way, no question. Tell me about Cherokee Barbershop. Getting ready to go down there in a little while, it looks like. Get my ears lowered. Tell me about Cherokee Barbershop. Again, straight razor shave. You've had that, the hot towels, the back massage, and the shoulder rub with that little gizmo he does. 8:30 to 5 today, Tuesday through Friday. He was closed yesterday because he fluffed and folded.
He fluffed and folded.
Yeah.
Gator.
Yeah. And Saturday he's open from 8:30 to 1. Again, the haircut is free. The old-fashioned haircut is free. Coffee cup costs you $11.
It's a styrofoam cup, but it costs you $11 for a styrofoam cup. But you get your haircut free.
Get your haircut free. The styrofoam cup costs you $11 to keep the cup, right?
Yeah, and I've marked mine, so I've got a whole set.
Do you really?
Yeah. Just keep them, count them.
So you take them home, it's his and hers?
No, I don't do that.
I thought maybe it was.
But if you want to, I mean,
you could
put a 1 and a 2 and a 3 and a 4 and see how many cups you can collect.
So, now you think he can take care of this? Think he can do this right?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Right. Just give him a shot, man.
I'm going down and see what he can do here today.
He is a barber.
He's a pro.
He cuts hair.
He's Gator. Yeah. Enough said. He's on South Run Street in South Johnson City, right down from Tipton Haynes Working Farm. And he's open again Tuesday through Friday from 8:30 to 5 and Saturday from 8:30 to 1. Haircuts are free. Cup will cost you $11. Get to keep the cup. Should I let him put hot towels on my face today, even though he's not doing my face?
You ain't going to feel it. You got too much beard.
Should I let him put that little back massage thing on my shoulders?
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
All right, I'll do that.
Take care of you.
I don't need a straight razor shave necessarily. Just want to get
straight.
I just want to get this cut. It's time to go.
I think I'd have a heart attack tomorrow if I see you with a clean-shaven face.
You would not know who I was.
That's exactly right. I would not know.
I've done it once. Walked into a place that knew me, and I sat there for probably 10 minutes, and nobody said a thing to me. They had no clue who I was until I spoke. I said, "You sound like Tom." "God, you are Tom. What happened to your face?" I said, "I shaved everything off." They had no clue who I was. I cut my hair back shorter and shaved my face. I could have went incognito, under the radar, stealth. Nobody knew who I was. It's pretty cool. So we'll take a quick break, come right back, begin to wrap this thing up. Again, we are on our 17th day of our fun and frolic. Again, you are listening and watching. We thank you for that. The Tom Taylor Sports Show.
At Farmers, we make you smarter about your insurance because what you don't know can hurt you. What if you didn't know that home insurance can keep your stuff covered even when it's not at home? Or that collisions with wildlife on the road may not be covered? And what if you didn't know you could be liable for any accidents on your property? The more you know, the better you can plan for what's ahead. Talk to Farmers and get smarter about your insurance.
We are farmers. Bum, ba-dum, bum, 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 bum.
Your life is always changing. You never know what shape it will take, or how your financial needs might change. But if we talk about your investments and how they can provide for you and your family, the future becomes clear. At Wells Fargo Advisors, we believe conversation leads to financial clarity. Let's start a conversation today.
From the driveways where your kids play basketball and ride their bicycles, to the parking lots at your local church or grocery store, Bracken Paving is an important part of many neighborhoods in our area. No matter how large or how small the job, Bracken strives for excellence in every service they provide. It's a foundation for a strong community. Discover the difference at Bracken Paving and Asphalt Maintenance. Give us a call or visit us online at brackenpaving.com.
Back on the Tom Taylor Sports Show.
Yes,
Horses, do it. Do something.
Oh,
Quit
man.
dancing. Do something. All right, you a Cowboys fan? We're going to wrap it up here with the Cowboys
I'm
story.
not an anti-Cowboy, so yeah.
All right. DeMarco Murray wants to come back to the Cowboys next year. Yeah. If the offer the team makes to him is equal or similar financially to those he receives from other teams as an unrestricted free agent. Murray expecting a vigorous free agent market. 27-year-old Murray made $1.4 million last season, which ranked him 23rd among running backs, which means he's going to get more money.
Yep.
Adrian Peterson, the highest paid running back, at $12.75 million.
And he didn't play half the season.
No. Murray led the NFL in rushing with 1,845 yards on 392 carries, 13 touchdowns, set career highs in receptions and receiving. The guy got her done.
Yeah, he did.
Now, I don't know if he gets 12, but he deserves more than 1.4.
Well, Des Bryant, I think they franchised him, did they not? He got like 12.9. So
DeMarco Murray says, in fact, he broke Emmitt Smith's single-season team record of yards rushed back in 1995 this past season. So this guy's got her done. So he's 23rd in running backs, making 1.4. Peterson's at 12.75. So what would you pay this guy if you were Jerry Jones?
A year?
Yeah, he ain't gonna. He's worth more than 1.4.
I don't think any of them's worth what they're paying.
Exactly,
but in I guess comparison, I would say I'd go at least 5 or 6.
Okay, I live with that. I would give him 5, 6, 7
Let him
tops.
prove himself another year or two.
27 years old. He's got what? Probably
another 3-4 years.
3-4 years in the NFL because it's tough.
Yeah, it is tough.
So
if he's that old.
So I
bones get brittle when you turn 29.
Yeah. First time in his career, by the way, he did not miss a game, playing the final 3 games, including the 2 playoff contests, with a surgically repaired broken left hand. As a man there.
He's a tough boy.
That tough boy there out there playing with a broken left hand and getting hit with those guys. And you know they're putting a whack on him because if they know he's hurt, they're going to put the hammer on him even harder. So Murray reached the 1,000-yard mark in the Cowboys' 8th game of the season. Only Jim Brown, O.J. Simpson, Terrell Davis have reached 1,000 yards in fewer games in a season than DeMarco Murray. So all that being said, they're going to have to open up a checkbook to get him. But, again, he's going to take it out on the open market and see who else. He looked good right there now. I'm telling you, we need a running back.
Yeah.
He looked good in silver and black, and the Raiders got some jack. They've got some money to
lure him away?
Oh, absolutely. I'm all about it. I'm going to call Mark Davis and say.
You're going to call him?
Go, Mark. It's Tom. Over here in Tennessee.
Why don't you tweet him?
I don't know how to tweet. I can call him. Just let me call him. Mark, this is Tom. Oh, well, maybe not. So, but I'm a big Raiders fan. I could call him and say, but I'm sure DeMarco Murray's on his radar screen. I
would think so.
Because they desperately need a running back in Oakland. Oh, me, oh, my. And they got $60 million to work with.
They need more than just a running back.
There you go.
I'm sorry.
So, anyway, DeMarco Murray looks like he's going to get some big bucks. Whether he stays or goes with the Dallas Cowboys here in the offseason. We're about out of time on this venture, this get-together tomorrow. Who we got tomorrow? We got, goodness gracious, we've got, let's see, Quiz show, Elvis, 5 for 5.
No, not going to happen.
Oh, take it to the bank. I'm in there.
The only thing's going to happen tomorrow is you're going to hand me a payday candy bar, and you're going to lose in the quiz show.
On the basketball thing, right?
Oh, yeah.
Now, the only difference we have in this picking panel tonight
is the DB
Morristown
Maryville.
or DB Maryville game. You took, obviously, Maryville. That's your stomping grounds. I took DB. Yeah. Everything else were the same on.
Yeah.
So it's a one-game situation.
You got it.
And if
win or
you
lose.
win, I bring you a payday. And if you lose, well, you are going to lose. So you're going to bring me a Mr. Good Bar. So I'm going to win twice tomorrow. I'm going to get a good bar from you, and I'm going to smoke Bracken Paving and asphalt with the Elvis stuff. I'm going to go 5 for 5. I'm going to play for Kevin Trivet again tomorrow because I got rooked out of this deal today. Richard tricked me. He went 5. What are the odds somebody's going to go in a 5 for 5 quiz show, 5 straight true questions? Ain't going to happen.
You've done it.
Yeah, you're right. Sorry, well put. Yeah, you're right. I did do it. I tricked him one time.
Yeah.
So, all right. So that's going to do it from here. Hit that theme show music. Again, we want to say thanks to all of our sponsors. That would be the good folks at Bracken Paving and Asphalt Maintenance. They're going to be at the home show on Saturday. Tell you all about that tomorrow. They're going to be there on Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. Max Medicine Mart, Jim Klein Farmers Insurance, Vito's, Cherokee Barbershop, Larry Kaiser Nationwide Insurance, Wells Fargo Financial Network, and Bristol Orthotics and Prosthetics, and Bays Mountain Park. For Horace, this is Tom Taylor. Thank you for being with us. See you tomorrow at 1 o'clock on the Tom Taylor Sports Show. Win or lose, be a good sport. So long, everybody.